All right, message is sent out. What's going on, everyone? Smokey Rider, how are you? Rob, always good to see you, man. What's going on? Oh, you know what? Hold on. I just realized one of my lights isn't on. There we go. The Emperor protects. Let's look at just chatting. And nope, that's not quite right. What's wrong? Oh, I know what's wrong. Give me 1 second. Boop, 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 boop. And there we go. Now it looks a little bit more right, except it should be a little bit more centered. There we go. And playing games. Let's make sure it comes up properly. And there we go. That looks very familiar. And then let me switch over to chat. And bam! Materia, what's going on? The realm of chaotic passion rules all. Better to be heretic than a puppet emperor. Absolutely. Giga Chad, what's up? How are you? Doing good. Strange you streaming this late though. No, this is when I usually stream. But the last few times I was able to stream earlier, but most of because it was the weekend and I actually took some time off from work before. But usually I'm not able to stream until after my wife and daughter are asleep. So I think most of the time when you're able to join the stream is when I'm doing it on the weekends, and then I'm able to get on earlier. Lewis, what's going on? Bear down, you know it. Absolutely. Had a good day. I flew a plane. I'm about to settle in for Susan Road Trader Heresy. That's awesome. You flew a plane? That's awesome, dude. Not bad. I hope it went well. All right. In the last episode, we did just about everything we were supposed to do on Rycat Minors. We spoke with the governor and found out that the interrogator from the Inquisition that we're looking for, Heinrix, is on the planet but in a separate area. And now we are back and we're going to speak to a couple of more people on the ship. Like I said before, we're going to make our way slowly through all these conversations before we go on the mission to pick up Heinrix. Now, when we came onto the ship, we also received a message that some servitors were experiencing malfunctions, and Jammers is supposed to have some information about that. So, let's go ahead and dive in. The corpulent man in lavish clothes bows before you, not without difficulty. A servo skull whirs over his shoulders while the fingers of his augmented hand drum against the sheaf of papers he is holding, and he regards you with attentive interest through the lens of his magnifying implant. Greetings, your ladyship. Janris Danric at your service. Have you ever heard the name Fiery Reckoning? From what I could tell, it is a void ship of some sort. Janris thinks for a moment, pursing his lips in concentration. I am afraid it is not immediately familiar to me, your ladyship. Please, allow me a moment. He starts rapidly tapping on the screen of his data slate. I say, House Von Valancias did indeed sign a contract with the owners of a vessel with a designation Fiery Reckoning. Their transactions, recordings of ship picking up cargo from Kiava Gamma. Well, this is odd. The data log ends there. Apparently, the ship had interactions with one of the workshops on your industrial world. I beg your pardon, your ladyship, but that is the extent of the assistance I can provide you in regard to this particular matter. Garcia, what's going on? How are you? Videos are excellent, my guy. Really helped me out a lot, and I appreciate your work. Thank you so much. Glad you've been enjoying them. Greg, what's up, man? How are you? Slander, congratulations on 20K. Well deserved. Can't stay long, but have a nice stream. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you popping in and giving me some kind feedback. Thank you. Let's see. Remind me, what is it you do on my ship? As the High Factotum, my duties encompass anything that might enrich you and your protectorate. I see to it that supplies deliver all shipments on time, that our partners do not weasel out of their promises, and that all servants remember that the Emperor's grace can only be earned through toil for the good of the Von Valancias dynasty. I can make arrangements to ensure that our hold receives less than thorough inspections by port customs officers, and I find buyers for whatever you wish to sell. How did you come to serve the Von Valancias dynasty? I come from Dargonis, your ladyship. I have been a subject of your dynasty since birth, and have always strived to be of use to the great rogue trader. Alas, it was not my fate to be the primary heir of my own family, due to my being 15th in line for the title. So I decided not to stand in the way of those behind me, in case they attempted to shorten the waiting list at my expense. Jamrus lets out an almost kindly chuckle. While my brothers and sisters schemed against one another, I studied the exact sciences and mastered bookkeeping, great art of the Adeptus Administratum. I must admit that the accumulation of wealth, something one can control, is far more exciting than hunting, carousing, and the other traditional amusements of my noble peers. Got some buffalo wings. Oh, nice. That's awesome. 3, what's up, man? Always good to see you. 40,000 subs, 40K. What's going on, Lewis? Good to see you, man. Glad you're able to join the stream. What was it like working with Theodora? Oh, now that's a tricky question, your ladyship. Do you ask it of everyone, knowing they risk losing their head? Should they let slip a careless remark about your predecessor? I shall put it thus. Working with Lady Theodora was never boring and always profitable. The Imperium has billions of subjects, but very few do what they love and what they are best suited to. I would say Lady Theodora was one of the fortunate ones. She was a model rogue trader, and she surrounded herself with those who excelled at and loved their work. Hers was a rare talent indeed. I wish to know what you think of your fellow crew members. Keeping tabs on your subordinates? Ooh, a wise move. Tell me who interests you, and I'll endeavor to be as honest as possible. Jairus' eyes light up. He is obviously eager to speak his mind. Tell me what you think of Seneschal Ambalar Rosarian. Lady Theodora managed to do what even the Imperial Navy could not. Teach Master Rosarian to carry out orders that he fundamentally disagrees with. I do not know what methods she used, but the result is impressive. Having said that, there is something else you need to know. Lord Captain, your Seneschal is capable of being something far greater than a mere conduit for your will. He possessed the cunning and experience to run the Protectorate passably whenever Lady Theodora was away, and that really is saying something. Keep an eye on that old officer, I say, or alternatively, turn him into a faithful ally. I'd like to hear your opinion of Conrad Vunkveer, the former Master of Whispers. Just watched the video about what your favorite Vampire the Masquerade clan say about you. Ooh, rather not say what she said about the Gangrel players. That's awesome. Also, where are we now? What's going on? I have no idea about Warhammer 40K other than it's in the future. There's Demon Chaos Gods, and it gets pretty dark. Yeah, it's been pretty dark. We're pretty much stranded in this particular solar system right now. Can't operate the ship, so we have a tech priest who hopefully will be able to convince him to become the main engineer for us, and then we also have to figure out how to settle this planet that's been overrun by heretics. So that's pretty much what we're dealing with right now. What is my favorite clan? Is it Bruja? Probably Malkavians. What's she say about those whose Malkavians are their favorite clan? I hope I never see him set foot aboard this vessel again, not even as a servitor, although he would be able to at least do some good that way. Someone has to clean the latrines after all. The factotum's bloated face grows stern. He gave us all quite a fright on that ill-fated day, Lord Captain, and still, to speak candidly, I never enjoyed Master Vokveer's company, but I believed him to be a man who knew how to do his job. Regretfully, I was mistaken. It turned out Conrad lacked the most important quality for a Master of Whispers: unwavering loyalty to the rogue trader, and his failing came to light in the most deplorable manner. What do you have to say about Voxmaster Victus Ptolemy? Ah, yes, the Voidborn. You know, in my family, we use such creatures as quarry whenever we went hunting. Mutants are the bane of humanity, an unseen tumor that threatens to end us all. But I digress. In the brief time Ptolemy has been in post as Voxmaster, I have not noticed any significant flaws in her character or anything that might make me question her professional qualities. Needless to say, she is very diligent, as is any Voidborn seeking to earn their master's affection. I believe you can trust her skills and loyalty. I wish to discuss something else. As you say, your ladyship, I want to know more about the people who buy our plunder. Of course, Lord Captain. Who interests you exactly? We most often deal with the followers of St. Drusus, the Explorators, the Casballica Mission, or, Emperor forgive us, the Fellowship of the Void. What do the followers of St. Drusus acquire from us? The Drusians still hope to bring the Coronis Expanse into the warm embrace of the faith, just as their flock hopes to receive the aid of the Drusian missionaries. Each crate of food, shipment of clothes, or box of medicine marked with your seal is a sign that Rogue Trader herself believes in the sect's future success. Reverend Hieronymus is the first among the Drusians and is most often seen in football's grand atrium. A gloomy fellow, but some almost believe him to be a saint. Ship stuck? Have you tried praising the Omniscience? We need a proper Magos to do that praising. So hopefully Pasqal will handle that for us. Malkavia, if TikTok users became vampires, what? Wow. Praising the puppet emperor will not improve the situation. Yo! I have a feeling I'm gonna like this back and forth the whole time I'm doing this live stream. Tell me more about the Explorators. Members of the Explorator Cognizance Fleet, which has been roaming the Coronis Expanse for a good while now. Omniscience knows what they hope to find, but their acolytes regularly show up on uninhabited worlds seeking bits of sacred knowledge, tracking down mechanical relics, and sniffing out Xeno artifacts. If truth be told, supposedly they want to save the ignorant rabble from corruption. A tech priest named Opticon22 does business with us on the fleet's behalf. He can be found at the docks on Footfall. I am interested in the Casballica mission. Masters of the cold trade, immoral criminals, and notorious crooks to the last man. The mission is but one branch of this mafia gang that has taken root in the Calixis sector. You can do business with them as long as you take the necessary precautions. They are led by Vladim Tokara, who recently appointed himself Liege of Footfall. Of course, he is a trusted ally of Rogue Trader Winterscale, but he will not refuse you, another of the Emperor's anointed. If you wish to talk to Vladim, look for him in the Liege's palace on Footfall. What is the Fellowship of the Void? Jamrus emits a laugh-like gurgle. A pompous name, is it not? In truth, they are a gang of pirates who are forever squabbling over loot and territory. However, some of their little flotillas need supplies or can take awkward cargo off our hands without asking questions. Of course, there's always a risk that these scoundrels will change their mind and attempt to board us instead, but so far, our macro cannons have managed to keep them in line. They say Riza Calvaria speaks on the Fellowship's behalf. The Adeptus of Damascus on Footfall is rumored to be her favorite haunt. Why are we giving away our spoils to these people in the first place? To profit from them, of course. Most of the things you will find during expeditions are complete junk to one such as yourself, but the less fortunate and affluent servants of the Emperor think them treasures, especially when they are bestowed by the great Rogue Trader herself. Drusian fanatics, pirate cutthroats, Casballica dealers, and explorators, none will refuse our help in these dark and trying times. And there may come a time when we shall be the ones requiring aid, and it would be beneficial to have allies willing to provide it. I suggest we change the topic. Certainly, Lord Captain. Ball Spade, what's up, man? How are you? Smells like heresy in here. Gango, she showed a video of a wolf howling for about 5 seconds. If you're a Gango player, this probably nice. Fireboard the berries. Love your voice acting, man. Brings the game to life. Thanks, Crusader. Appreciate it, man. I try to make these sections more entertaining for you all. Slandered here on behalf of the Empire. As for the Ages of Darkness, what's going on, Slipinos? Good to see you. Perhaps the salt and softly blows into his booger. We need a second opinion, but volume is low compared to other apps. What's going on, Mr. Loser? Volume for what? The game or for my mic? I'm having to use my Bluetooth speaker in order to hear. Which one? The mic or the game? Yeah, cause it should be just about all the way up for the mic, but I have some room to wiggle for the desktop audio. So let me know. All right. I would like to replace the painting of the late Theodore in my chambers. Hang my portrait instead. Janris bows obsequiously. It will be done, your ladyship. I hear the game more than your voice. Boop, boop, boop. One second. But in general, its overall value. Okay. One moment. Bring that up. No. Where is this option? What is my mic called? Oh, sure. Sure plus motive. Is this it? There we go. One moment. I got to go into my mic software to actually let's do that. And then let's also bump this up a little bit. Okay, so how about now? Let me know for both the game and my mic if you hear it a little bit better than before. Bought the beta. Why I don't have access to the full? You know why? What's up, Fayemi? You should have received, I believe, would you have received an email with the, you might have received an email with a key in order to install the newest version. You should definitely have access if you bought the beta. Yeah, this is the most immersive Bro Trader stream because of the great old voice act. Thanks, admin. I appreciate it, man. Painting my nails cherry red to match my fire hair color. Nice! Been around a minute and a half, and the voice act plus the magic build cry is what keeps me hooked. Awesome, loser. Glad to hear it, man. Bit better, more clear on vocals if nothing else. Okay. All right. Let me know if more adjustments are needed. I try to, I have a cap on my mic because I know I talk loud as it is, so I don't want a whole bunch of heavy spikes. You know, that makes it much harder for people when they're listening to the videos back on the audio, and just in general, even during times like this, it's going to make it harder. But I don't want it to be so bad that you all are barely hearing me. All right. I would like to order shipping and transportation of goods. Let's see. Tech Priest. We already looked at his stuff, right? So we're at 14. Ooh, what's a needle ring? Wait, what is this? A ring weapon that fires a single silver needle coated with viral toxin. Can only be used once per combat. The attack deals anywhere from 1 to 3 damage and has 30% armor penetration. Why would I use that? I'm not sure, but I'll get it. Wow, Wolf. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Welcome, everyone. I'm Slandered Gaming. We're streaming Rogue Trader. Good to see all of you. Hope you all had a fantastic stream. Wolf, I hope you ended the stream because it was just a natural place to end it, and your honor mode didn't have any issues. What's going on, Topher? Hi, Rick. How are you, man? E-boy, good to see you. Sharp, glad you're able to make it. What's going on, Frosty? How are you, John? What's up, Jay? FDS said you show foot. Wow. Wolf, you lying on me, man? What's going on, Pates? What's going on, high school? How are you? Good. Glad you're able to make it. What's up, Thompson? How are you, Cat? Witherspoon, what's going on, you all? GM Dragon, what's up, dude? Always good to see you. Lisa, how are you? Mordiv, what up? What up? Wolf says hi. I appreciate it. I appreciate Wolf's support, man. Keto, what's going on? Rox, I think your name is. Hello, how are you? Thomas, what's going on, man? How are you? Wolf, I really appreciate you, man. I appreciate the raid. Oscar, you just become a member. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support, man. If you see my stuff before, I hope you've been enjoying the content. Shark Clara, what's going on, man? Yeah, I appreciate you showing support. Scarlett, what's going on? Hope you all had a good time at Wolfstream. I appreciate you all coming through. So again, my name's Slandered Gaming. I do content for a lot of the same games that Wolfheart does. We're both focused on CRPGs. In fact, I've got some Baldur's Gate content on here. Not nearly as much as Wolfheart, though. And right now, I've been doing a lot of content for a game called Rogue Trader from studio called Owlcat. They did Wrath of the Righteous. If you played similar CRPGs. Mr. Loser, appreciate the $20, man. Thank you so much. Most momentous occasion. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, bro. Hex, what's going on? How are you? Well, now, that's 100 now. Oh, really? See, I don't even keep up the count to make sure that nothing changes about how I live stream, no matter how many people are in the chat. But that's kind of wild. That's 100 people. Whoa. Simon, what's going on? I don't know if you're able to get to the point of having Cassia since I just came here, but she's positively broken at the moment. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We got Cassia in my game, and absolutely, she's fantastic. Does base content for similar games. Yep, I appreciate you, Loser. Shannon, what's going on? How are you? Hope you're doing all right. Janelle, what's going on? Hey, you came in from Wolf. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hansku, what's going on? Oh, you say you love the Warhammer universe? Yeah, this is my first introduction to it, but thus far, I've really been enjoying it. It's been fantastic. Thank you, Frosty. Appreciate the $2 donation, man. Hope you've been enjoying the Rogue Trader content. That's awesome. Appreciate all of you that have subscribed to the channel, that stopped by. Again, like I said, I do CRPG content, and we've been getting deep into Rogue Trader and consequently Warhammer content. It's been a really nice time. I don't think I saw Wolfheart popped up yet, but again, thank you, Wolf. I really appreciate you, man. As always, I really appreciate all the support. Hope your stream went well. Also, say to protect Cassia for me, please. She deserves it. Absolutely. We're not going to let anything happen to her. Well, you know what? I take that back. This is a Heretic run. In my Imperial run, that's on the Let's Play on the channel, we absolutely won't let anything happen to her. But on the Heretic run, kind of nobody's safe. But for now, at least, she's in good hands. 14. Let's see. Awesome. All right. What was the Thunder thing? There are also a lot of fantastic novels and audiobooks. You know what? I keep hearing that. I keep hearing, because one of the things that I found interesting about this game is it's not buddy and friendly as opposed to some other RPGs. Like, it's ironic, y'all coming in over from a Baldur's Gate 3 stream, right? Baldur's Gate 3 is huge for all of the party members. We're all buddy friends. We're all in this together. Warhammer is completely opposite, but I heard the books are a lot different, and that there's a lot more friendship and connectedness when you read some of the books. So sooner or later, I'm gonna ask the community, which book should I be reading? Wolf, what's up, man? I am on Act 1 still, so I should be getting out of that this week, hopefully. Hopefully, we'll see. Black Dread, what's going on, man? Glad you come through. Cassia has an awesome design. I absolutely agree. Wolf is still saying his goodbyes, taking bows, collected throne rolls. Yeah, I need to do a better job of that. Like, there's been some times where I end the stream and somebody's getting there last minute, oh, good night, and my stream's already over, and I'm like, oh, man, I didn't get a chance to respond. I feel like Wolf is really good. I've seen him sit there, like, almost for 20, 30 minutes in that ending portion saying, hey, you know, we'll talk a little bit more, say our goodbyes, we're taking things nice and slow. It's nice and relaxed, whereas once I'm done, it's like 5-10 minutes max, and then I'm done. I probably should be better about that. Where you can teach your bad things on Heretic Run. Ooh, I hope so, Sam. I hope so. Cassia, the celebrity. Can your Space Marine companion become a Chaos Space Marine? I don't know. I've never been to Act 4 in this game. And so we're going to see on this run. I'm going to try to convert him as best I can. When Balls WH40K, the Lord says 98, and will answer questions in a biased fashion until I fall unconscious. Nice. Yeah, Rogue Traders are very friendly. They have to have charisma. Interesting. Okay. Rob, thank you for the gift this sub, man. I appreciate you. Ghost Ninja, you're a member of the channel now. Welcome. Congratulations. Horus Heresy is practically required reading for 40K. Once I'm done with the with the playthroughs of this game and I have a little bit more time, I'll ask what are some of the books I should read and go back and definitely go back to it. Wow, Rick, you come to Slatter's chat with the joke. Why would I change? There's no real good guys in Warhammer 40K's universe, but the books can give you cool individual perspectives. Some of the best series are about the more wicked characters. Interesting. Also, some of the books follow both good aligned and more evil aligned characters. That's interesting. Thanks, Roaches. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to read through some of those books. Remember, Cassia is still very sheltered, so it's up to you to shape her. Okay. Horus Heresy is the in-universe equivalent of the New Testament. It's required reading for understanding the Imperium. Interesting. The grantee of heresy. Taste immaculate. Horus Heresy. Okay. All right. I'll have to make sure I read through that. Rob, thank you again for the gifted sub, man. I appreciate you. Man. You're a member of the channel now. Congratulations. And yes, you need to read Horus Heresy books. It's an entry point, really. Okay. So it's good if it's your first Warhammer book you've ever read. Interesting. It's grimdark. Yeah, I'm learning, Cernimal, that I think I really like grimdark. I really, really like this universe. I just need to be able to have friendships in the grimdark universe. I don't want it where I feel like the relationships I've seen in this game, it feels very business-like, which is different for me. You know, so I just want some of my relationships. Obviously, is cool if they're business-like, but I'm missing some of that more buddy-buddy, we're here because we really care about each other and we're here for each other type of feel. I'm not getting that yet, but maybe later on in the game it'll provide it. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Victus informed me about a problem with the servitors. What happened? Well, you see, your lordship, the ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Generous Damrock nervously pulls on his luxurious frock coat as if it were uncomfortably tight. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of these servitors myself, but I deemed it necessary to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fate, this can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments, pending your decision. Pasqal Hanneman expressed a desire to be present during the inspection, should it be carried out. I suppose the expertise of the esteemed Mangos may come in handy? I wish to look at these servitors before deciding their fate. As you wish, your ladyship, would you like the Engine Seer Prime to accompany you? Yes, Pasqal shall accompany me. As your ladyship commands. Maybe send a tell to Bricky. Probably some advantageous content to be made from a layman speaker with an expert on the 40K universe. You know, I saw Bricky did a live stream with Outcast. He seemed like a pretty cool dude. I wasn't really familiar with his content. I may have watched one of his videos, but absolutely, that might be a good idea to do some cross-pollination, especially since it seems like I'm getting more into 40K now. Nah, nothing to do with Plague. I prefer Passion. Me as well. No Nurgle. Slanesh all day, every day. For those who are wondering, if I have the option to side with a Chaos God in this playthrough, it's absolutely Slanesh. The people truly opens up to you. Cassia looks up to you later. Aldori can also open a lot of things that are nice. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing who I can corrupt. On could be a massively impactful and insightful video. Thank you, loser. Thank you. Yeah, you know what? I'll reach out to him. I'll see if that'll be something he's interested in. Want people who care about each other. Read the Gaunt's Ghost series. Highly, highly recommend it. You know what? So here, hold on. Let me make a note of both. Okay, so Horus Heresy, Gaunt's Ghost. Warhammer books that I need to check out. Okay. Chaos Gods won't allow buddy-buddy relationship to not end in utter tears and horror. I'll keep it in mind, Edmund. What's going on, Snake? How are you? I can't complain at all, man. I'm writing an adult Dragon Faith fiction book. Was wondering if I could post it on Discord to get some criticisms and opinions. My Discord? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd be happy to do. I'm going to introduce Warhammer 40K. Cord is where it's at. Cord is what a lot of people were bringing up as well. Blood and skulls. Yeah, there's more skulls for the Skull Throne. When her ladyship arrived at the scene, she found the servitors in the same position that they had assumed after they had been corralled into the bay, all standing in a long spiraling line and facing the center of their strange formation. The moment her ladyship crossed the threshold of the bay gate, their bodies jerked into motion, all as one, as if obeying a command. The servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. The technomants tasked with overseeing the defective units even reached for their weapons, but then the servitors went still just as abruptly, staring at her ladyship with vacant eyes. All present held their breath, disturbed by this sight. We waited for the Lord Captain to speak. Her ladyship, Commander Highlander of Von Valancius, took several steps toward the servitors. Immediately, the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped toward the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked her movements with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place and, after a moment's thought, waved her hand, and the servitors, just as synchronously, repeated that gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned quizzically to the technomats, so did the servitors, as if mocking her. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it an incline of the head, a wave of a hand, or a step to the side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitation, like grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppeteer. We observed this mind unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from them, the rogue trader approached with confidence. The Lord Captain examined the servitors. As High Factotum, it was I who had promoted the entire inspection, and thus it was my duty to follow the Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularity. The servitors' pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsing under their copper collars, inscribed with their past offenses. It was as if those mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened within the servitors' bodies after a long slumber deep within their lobotomized brains. Formerly bereft of intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling, and understanding. After a pause, the technomat added that the servitors used to function properly and that no one had been able to explain the change in their behavior. Her gaze still trained on the motionless but animate half machines and half people, the Lord Captain suddenly drew an iridescent blade, one I had seen before, and, as if following some unheard command, plunged it into the nearest servitor. Ooh, I haven't done this yet. Hold on. Hi, Samori. Big fan of your guys. They've helped me out a ton. What's going on, Akasum? Glad you've been enjoying the content and found it helpful, dude. Glad you're able to join the stream as well. Brian, what's going on, man? Hey, Slander, you playing a full-blown Heretic? Full-blown, yes, sir. I'm starting to run with a character who's going to be trying to be good, but will fall to chaos for the power to help. This one is all about heresy and chaos right from the start. If you want more insight on the Inquisition and Eisenhorn, it is great. Also, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Absolutely. Read Eisenhorn. Is Eisenhorn an author or the name of the book series? What section in Discord should I place my current book situation? So, what is the book about again? Remind me? All right, let's see what happens. So, he drew the iridescent blade, plunged it into the servitor. Heretical +3. The moment the blade sliced open the pale flesh, a wild howl washed over the cargo bay. We heard the screeching and crackling of servo motors. As if having regained the ability to feel pain, the wounded servitor struggled to open its soon mouth, but all he could muster was a stifled moan of horror. The Lord Captain's victim fell to the metal deck, and all the other servitors came crashing down with it. We all felt the grip of an otherworldly, bone-chilling cold. As I met the technoman's fearful gazes, I realized that none of those present had any explanation for what had just transpired. The Engine Seer Prime proceeded to the center of the spiral of servitor bodies, stood over them grimly, studying their lifeless faces, and spoke closely. This tech phenomenon warranted comprehensive study. Further investigation has been rendered impossible. Perhaps it was a trick of my imagination, but I thought I caught a semblance of sorrow in his gaze in that moment. The Lord Captain, seemingly not attaching any importance to the situation, sheathed the blade and left the cargo bay without a word. Ooh, I like that. That's interesting. But it still hasn't given me the blade to actually use, but maybe that'll come up later. That is interesting. What have I just done? I hope this game becomes popular so we get more games like it. Me too, me too. I definitely feel like playing this is a unique experience. The mechadendrites growing out of the tech priest's back swivel in your direction as if examining you with curiosity. Yeah, I feel like this game is really, really unique, the entire setting. And just in general, I would like more role-playing games that are set in the Warhammer universe. I feel like a lot of Warhammer games really revolve around combat, and I'm much more so into story, dialogue, having companions, relationships. And I prefer games that let you have a party. And so all of that I feel like is kind of more rare when it comes to Warhammer stuff, at least from what I've seen. So hopefully we get more games like this. We'll see. Ion is a book series, very friendly. Most people recommend it. Nice. Okay, awesome. Dan Abnett read his books, very well written. Is Dan Abnett the author of the Eisenhorn series? Adult fiction, Dragon, Fae base. 1 second. Boo, 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 boo. I guess Dragon Fae base. You know what? Screw it, because you're asking for perspective. It's not something you want to sell. You can put it in general. I don't care. Go ahead, put it in general. See what they say. Glad to see they're keeping the Lizzie tradition alive. The Lizzie tradition would be so cool if we got an Eisenhower TV adaptation. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the Henry Cavill show, what series is based on. It's a tabletop strategy. I have some questions about your visit to Rycab and Norris.
The request is approved. I am ready to provide the necessary information.
What brought you to Rycab and Norris?
I came heeding the call of my mentor, the blessed Archmagus Amanat. We were supposed to meet on Rycab Minoris and discuss my mission.
The people who wanted to kill you at the port weren't renegades. It was just a cover.
Thank you. Information acknowledged. I will analyze it and take additional security measures.
That would be wise. What do you think of this Abel Hanneman?
I propose that it was the blessed Amonat who assumed this name. This name is assigned to me.
Oh, someone else telling your story through a book. Oh, okay. Thanks, Street.
Is categorically unacceptable. The canon of technological security commands that every effort be made to rescue a high-ranking bearer of knowledge.
That will be all for now.
Acknowledged.
I want to know more about your past.
The request is approved. I have no outright restrictions on disclosing this information.
Where are you from?
Information about my origins is worthless. I belong to the priesthood of explorators and came to the Coronis Expanse over 200 years ago. Any events preceding that moment are insignificant.
How did you end up in the Coronis Expanse?
I was honored to become a member of the Explorator Cognizance Fleet. When the Adeptus Mechanicus summoned the faithful for an exploratory venture into the depths of the Coronis Expanse, I joined the fleet in fulfillment of my sacred vows of comprehension.
Why are you not with the fleet then?
Archmagus Amanat, my blessed mentor, commanded me to crew the orbital station Alter Templum Calixtus EXT-17. This venerable temple station was founded in the early years of our expansion into the Coronis Expanse. It is currently a rear observation post of the Cognizance Fleet in orbit around the star Furibundus.
Who are the Explorators?
The sacred fraternity of explorers. The Cult Mechanica sent us out to the frontiers of the known sectors as researchers and conquerors. We are the warriors of the Code, who return to the lost worlds and devote themselves to recovering the lost ancient knowledge. explorators are granted the privilege of being more independent than many of our tech comrades. However, it has earned us a reputation as unstable and poorly controlled troublemakers whose unorthodox views are dangerously close to apostasy.
By the way, you know that outsider playbook you had me pick? The corporation that's enforcing the SRA went full military occupation mode. I activated my moment of truth, your ultimate in mass. The outsiders is they lead a full alien army into battle. You play the weirdest game, Street. I swear. One of these days, I'm gonna actually join you in one of these sessions to understand what exactly is going on. But something tells me I wouldn't even get past character creation. Tell me about your McKendon-drakes.
They are my younger brothers and guides on the way to the Omnissiah. Their machine spirits are directly bound to my neocortex and pick up impulses from my subconscious. Sometimes they act ahead of my thoughts. This is how the Omnissiah leads me to comprehension.
I keep hearing about Martyr, so that's a game that I might try out. You know, it's interesting. I'm not sure if my channel will even be open to me doing content about more Warhammer games that aren't CRPGs, because my channel has always been so much CRPG heavy. But this game has made me want to delve more into Warhammer universe. So if nothing else, I know that there's like a Chaos Gate game that came out that I know is right in line with what my channel expects to be on here. But the other ones like Martyr and I think there was like a couple of Space Marine games that came out, right? And then there was one called like Bolt Gun or something like that. So I know there's like a bunch of little Warhammer games that are out, but they're not in the CRPG lane at all. It'll be interesting to see if I could do content on them and my channel be actually be like, hey, this is something we'll actually watch and be interested in. We'll see. We can stop there.
Acknowledged.
Tell me more about the Adeptus Mechanicus.
I am honored to belong to the priesthood of Mars, guided by its tenets. We safeguard technology against the impure and the unenlightened.
Mechanist is the best. I keep hearing, I keep hearing that the soundtrack for that game is incredible, but nobody ever talks about the actual gameplay or if the game itself is actually good. Is the game itself actually good? Dawn of War 1 and 2 are great. Interesting. Okay. I think it's the best game when it comes to learning about the Warhammer 40K universe. It's got so much good lore. I feel like this has been a great entryway for sure. What is Dawn of War? Is that the strategy game? What up? Thanks for the Cassia build video. It was super helpful for me with all the talents I already like, sort of. What's going on, Godzilla? How are you? Glad you enjoyed the build video. I swapped in Blood Augury and Tonicity to earlier. Nice, nice. Okay. Glad it helped you. Why did you mention Mars?
That is where the cult of the Omnissiah originated, and where we were granted the first revelation.
The game is good. Okay, interesting. All right.
We made an alliance with the
We might be a Warhammer channel for a little bit. Because I want to play this, I want to play Chaos Gate, and then we'll probably play the Mechanics. We'll see. Because I also don't know if it's a good streaming game, right? So I have to try it out. We'll see.
And it is we who make sure the operating rituals are performed as they were meant to. We are everywhere.
Oh.
We are the Mars-forged steel bars that give the Imperium strength.
Oh, the Mechanist class for Martyr. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Mechanicus, which is the game I keep hearing about that supposedly has like just the best soundtrack for a Warhammer game ever, but it's not clear at all whether or not it's actually a good game. But you were talking about a class within Martyr. Also, you can pick different classes in it. That's pretty cool. Dawn of War are real-time strategy games. Got you, okay. Matria, I don't think I missed your question. What question did you ask? Well, 1 and 2 are old Warhammer games that are very good. Interesting. Okay. Do you think Cassia is too good? I play a lot of CRPGs and I can't think of any companions that are just that strong. She is uniquely strong too. I think they'll probably will nerf her to some degree, but you know, there are a lot of things that have to go right in order for you to make the full use out of her. And so I think that was supposed to kind even out the scales. I'm just hoping they don't patch her before I finish my playthrough. Let me have full-blown Cassia my whole way through, and I'll be fine. Dawn of War 2 still holds up. It also has some light RPG elements. Oh, okay, interesting. Just don't get overwhelmed by all the info out there. There's a ton of material. Take your time, have fun, and know that Games Workshop is very flexible about content on purpose. Got you, okay. Mechanicus is a good game. I beat it. Nice, okay. It's a fun turn-based combat game. I enjoyed it a good amount. Nice. Teaches you all about the Tech Priest of Mars. I wonder if you learn more about the Tech Priest than you do from Rogue Trader. James, what's going on, man? How are you? For Warhammer 40K, Mechanicus is a great turn-based tactical game. Yeah, and we play a lot of turn-based tactical games here on the channel, so that made me wonder if it would be something good for me to stream or do some content for. What did you mean you guard it? It's not buried treasure. It's not a secret.
It is both a treasure and a secret.
Good if you're a big fan of the
Technology is how the divinity of the Omnissiah manifests itself in this world.
Chaos God of knowledge.
This is why the uninitiated may only be allowed to touch the most vulgar and mundane of its instances. We, on the other hand, are authorized to use the sacred
how you like melter
catalyst
weapons
for
in the game,
maintenance
James? I haven't
and
used them at all.
operation. Although there is another reason to deny lay
Dawn of
people
War
the
1 or 2
sacrament
that had
of
an
knowledge.
awesome intro. I think it was
can be
1.
dangerous.
Crazy intro video,
Twisted
Forge
by
Russian versus
renegades.
Space Marines.
The
Ooh,
Omnissiah's
I'd like to
wisdom
see
is
that. I keep
called
hearing about
Heretic,
Orcs, but I haven't seen any
and the
videos of them.
exposure to it may corrupt the uninitiated. Another danger is knowledge strangely interpreted and inscrutably twisted by the minds of the Xenos. This vein is called Xenotech.
Someone in power uses knowledge to win battles, wars. Sure, but I think really their purpose, Matria, is to hoard knowledge for themselves. So they're not really hoarding it in anticipation of war. They're hoarding it for the purpose of hoarding it in and of themselves, because they believe they're the ones who should only have secret knowledge or knowledge of technology. Sacred object, no. Banning things you cannot understand is the opposite of seeking knowledge. Technology is merely a tool that can be employed without risk by a wise wielder.
That is a bold hypothesis. And yet the Omnissiah teaches us that a
I haven't gotten any
dauntless
messages yet.
mind
I'm about
can
30 hours
penetrate
in.
any
Nice, okay,
knowledge
let me
through
know when you get
analysis,
them.
where the ignorant
I haven't used them yet at all.
the enlightened
Space Marine
might
2
see
looking to
truth.
be an excellent action RPG. Did you play Space Marine 1? And have they announced yet? Do you need to play Space Marine 1 to understand Space Marine 2? Do you hold a high position in your fraternity?
This electu indicates that I am a Magos,
Melter
who has
weapon
mastered
hit
the
hard.
sacraments of
Nice.
many spheres of knowledge, and has the right to
Loved
conduct
Lich.
services in a
3.
forged
Absolutely
cathedral.
loved it. What is the Omnissiah in your understanding?
He is the divine mechanism, the maker of technology. The universe was made to resemble a mechanical marvel because the Omnissiah rules over it. Knowledge is the highest form that he uses to manifest in the world. For
I do what I can, roguish.
someday he will come to this world in the absolute fullness of his splendor. The Adeptus Mechanicus worshipped the Emperor. He is the earthly manifestation of the Omnissiah, who brought humanity into the light of divine grace.
What is behind the Adeptus Mechanicus' enthusiasm for replacing flesh with augmentations?
Organic tissue is an imperfect replica of the machine.
Space Marine 1 is directly connected to 2. Okay, interesting. Is Space Marine 1 a good game? Heavy bolters also. Heavy bolters are incredible in this game. I'll ruin one of the flags. But you get to actually see your undead army marching up on villages. Wonderful. Says the grit to that.
But you can replace metal when it
Not very many games that let you play a great
In
lich.
addition, a machine is a supreme form of knowledge, and by assuming mechanical form,
Yeah, any of you all used to play the old Overlord game? I never played the second one, I don't think, but the first one I loved it. And it kind of had a lich
like
feel
all
to me.
things sacred, Our
Play
augmentations
as
must
someone
not be
who has great fun
defiled
with
by
a good
the
story. I don't
eyes
think you
of
need
the
to play the
ignorant,
first one for the
which is
sequel.
why
Interesting.
we reveal only
Do you remember how
crudest
long
of
the first one
tools,
took to
while
play?
holier mechanisms remain
Okay, Boss Face,
concealed
you
beneath
concur
our
it was a
crimson
good game?
robes.
Interesting. I am curious to see your augmentations.
The right to witness the miracle of flesh
Ever since I realized the weakness of my flesh.
is granted only to those who
Pascal's
have
whole
ascended
discussion
to the
here when he's
rank
talking
of
about the metal
initiates.
fusing into his body,
However,
so
your
creepy but so
lofty
fascinating at
status
the same
of
time.
rogue trader allows me to make a partial exception and reveal my sacred stigmata.
Okay, so yeah, Brian played it, Godzilla played it, Boss Page played it. Yeah. I loved it. Matria, there you go. You played as well. Yeah, I used to love that game. I thought that game was so much fun. We're saying one thing. Bananas, 2 tanks, 2 officers, 1 tanker, 1 free slot. Outcat never chase. Pasqal reverently parts the robe's scarlet folds on his chest. You see emaciated white meat gnawed through by metallic shunts and flexible wires. Blood runs through transparent pipes, enriched with the nutrients required by the pallid flesh. I failed this check in our Let's Play, in our Imperialis Let's Play as well. I wonder what you get if you pass this check. I'm not gonna know until I do this with a iconoclast character. I'm gonna be a crime lord, and he'll focus on intelligence, and he should be able to pass this hopefully. The sight of a body transformed into an appendage to some ancient mechanism is sickening. It is like hundreds of giant metallic insects have swarmed the flesh and are leeching the vitality from it. I am impressed.
Flesh may be fragile, but metal is strong.
My brother and I still
And
randomly
so
say,
is
for the
my
Overlord.
devotion.
Nice. Can't wait for the newest season to come out. Talking about the Overlord anime. I didn't know there was an Overlord anime. SM1 was a pretty big game. It follows Titus the Ultramarine fighting against the orcs, then Chaos at the end. So too, it looks like it'd be the Tyranids and then the Thousand Suns Chaos Marines as the enemies, which all sounds like stuff that I don't cover in this game. So it'll give me another slice of Warhammer lore. That's interesting. Beneath the Crimson Shroud is emaciated white flesh riddled with augmentations. You have a strange way of speaking. Is that because of the augmentation, or does your faith dictate how you should express yourself?
Partially true. I had a voice
Mechanism
modulator
reminds me so much of
alongside the
the
respiratory purification module, but there is an additional reason. Gothic is not my first language. I am used to thinking and making statements in lingua technis.
I know people want it's interesting because it seems like so many people want Outcat to do a Starfighter game, but at the same time, most of these people also acknowledge that the mechanics in Starfighter are terrible, right? But supposedly the lore is great, but the mechanics would absolutely have to be rebuilt from the ground up. I think that's going to be what's really hard about Outcat trying to make a new Pathfinder game. The mechanics for Wrath of the Righteous and the whole Mythic Path system is so well regarded, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to make a follow-up Pathfinder game that people will feel like measures up to what they got from Wrath. And it definitely doesn't sound like Starfinder would scratch that itch for a lot of people. And my understanding is Wrath of the Righteous, out of all the Pathfinder modules, is the one that feels the most epic. You know, of course, Outcat could try to customize things to make people feel differently, but I don't know. I think it's going to be a hard hurdle for them to get around. I have no more questions.
Acknowledged.
I must take my leave.
May your labors be effective.
Overlord anime is very different. Got you. They communicate amongst themselves in language called Ben-Arc, which sounds like dial-up motives to the rest of us. Yeah, that's what he was talking about earlier as well. Okay. Like I said before, we don't want to spend too much time talking to people on ships, so we've talked to 2 of them. We'll talk to them more when we come back. For now, let's see about getting Heinrix. Halo game. I loved playing the Halo games. What's going on, Davey? How are you? And electrodynamics in the beam. And accept. Finder, Warhammer 40K and Shadowrun are just better in my opinion. That's what I've been here. The mechanics terrible in Starfinder, absolutely terrible. And I would absolutely love to see more Shadowrun games. Harebrained Schemes. It's not clear if they're going to survive what happened with their most recent game. My understanding is, yeah, I mean, it's not even my understanding. It's obvious that launch went extremely poorly. And they weren't a large studio that it seemed like could really be able to handle that. So we'll see whether or not they continue making games, and more importantly, continue to make Shadowrun games. I hope somebody does, and honestly, I hope it's Harebrained Schemes, because I thought they did a great job with it. I really like this game, but there's a lot of just dead tide worm repeating the same mechanics and travel over and over again. Is it? I'm not far enough in it to make a judgment call on that. So far, I love it. So this priest is part machine. Yep, he's definitely part machine. Hope one day we get Road Trader DLC covering a different sector where the Tyranids are starting to invade. So Owlcat actually already announced the post-game plans. I don't think new enemies were mentioned, but anything's possible. Cyberpunk 27 Owlcat. Don't stone me to death. I didn't like Shadowrun. No stoning. Why didn't you like it, 3? Lay people unworthy of entering the hallowed Cenobium humbly said their prayers next to this computational altar.
I tread a path unexplored.
There we go. Oops. Oops. Let's do this.
An expected result.
An expected result.
The world will bow.
The premonition
Judging by
true.
the facts that the pieces are molten at the edges, the statue was destroyed with fire from a multi-laser turret of the type that is mounted on landing force shuttles.
My house would be
Judging by
proud
the
of
dead
me.
people's equipment, they were the same guards the governor sent to the monastery's aid. This whole place is and with the electricity going off, it just looks so imposing. Like it just absolutely looks like a place you should not be going into. Yes, more Shadowrun, but they love their mech warrior stuff still. Paradox fired like 75% of Harebrained Schemes right before Lamplighters League came out. Then they bailed on it completely. They fired 75% of the studio? I didn't know that. I would be probably stoned by this, but what's Shadowrun and Starfinder? Starfinder is a module of a tabletop called Pathfinder. So there have been 2 Pathfinder video games that came out, Pathfinder Kingmaker and Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Those games were made by the same studio that made Rogue Trader, which is Owlcat Games. And so people want Owlcat to make another Pathfinder game, and there's been discussion about what module Owlcat would choose. And so there are many people pulling for Starfinder, since obviously they're comfortable with sci-fi. I seriously doubt Owlcat goes that direction, because I doubt they do 2 sci-fi games back to back. Since this is sci-fi, I'm pretty sure they'll go back to just straight up fantasy for Pathfinder, but we'll see. Shadowrun is also a series of games made by a studio called Harebrained Schemes. And it's really cool in that it mixes both sci-fi and fantasy elements into the same game world. And the games were very, very well written with some interesting mechanics and some interesting party members. And so the series is well regarded. Unfortunately, Harebrained Schemes got bought by a publisher named Paradox, and then they made a game called Lamplighters League that was, from everything that I've heard, terrible and absolutely bombed and failed. I bought it, but I didn't play it because I just knew I wasn't going to enjoy it. And there's some questions about has that potentially destroyed the studio and made it so that they're not going to be able to create any more games, and more to the point, any more Shadowrun games. That's the gist of it, essentially. Get you up to speed. Hope the old HPS devs can pick up the pieces somehow, but they're not even in the same company anymore. That's crazy. They fumbled Lamplighters League. I was looking forward to it too. I just don't feel like Lamplighters League was a good choice. I don't think the choice to go that route ever made sense. Like you've built up this foundation of people that love you for these Shadowrun games. And you've been making these Shadowrun games on a bottom of the barrel budget up to now. and you get, I don't know how many thousands of dollars in order to make a game, why wouldn't you make like a Shadowrun game to end all Shadowrun games, to that is completely disconnected from the old ones, but takes all the old audience that loves you for the Shadowrun games and then introduces Shadowrun to all these other people that have never played it before, you know? And like, you could have just called it Shadowrun, you know, so that people didn't even realize that it was a sequel or that had been other games. Just call it Shadowrun, and people will think, oh, so this is the first game of its type, and oh, this is interesting. I might be willing to play it. Like, I don't understand the reasoning of making Lamplighters League, because honestly, I don't think the setting overall is all that intriguing, considering what they are trying to do. Like the whole Indiana Jones thing, nah, not compared to what Shadowrun provided. Come on now. The heretics were killed swiftly and ruthlessly. They never had time to reach for their weapons.
Let's seize the opportunity.
A mercifully quick electric shock was not what killed this cultist. His face is contorted in pain as if he was tortured. Yeesh. Class just didn't speak to me. Was really a case of execs in an office somewhere screwing it up for talented devs. Yep, that's very possible. Current is what got me into CRPGs. Oh, nice. What's going on, Hero Cows? What's going on? How are you? Shadowrun's like fantasy, elves, dwarves, but cyberpunk. Hardest thing for me in this game is trying to decide what to let go when I get a new character. Yeah, the game industry doing whack firing for a while, unfortunately. To see you still doing this. Yep, absolutely. I'm still around, Davey. Good to see you too, man. Got a lot of experience in the genre. Bodes well for the future. Want to see try an original IP, see what thing they can do. I mean, that would be super cool as well if Owlcat just decided to make something from the ground up. It would be very interesting to see what they decided really spoke to them and what they wanted to do. All right. There are no wounds on the heretic's body, but his face is contorted in terror. His eyes are bloodshot from ruptured vessels. This is one thing I really hate about this game. There's banter between the party members that's only text box, right? So you got to stop it and read it to see what is the banter going back and forth. And if you happen to miss the first text box, then you have to go into the log. Like, I hate that. Come on, man. Why isn't the random banter while we're walking around? That part should be voiced, but it is what it is. A friend of mine got me to play Starfighter before I'd ever played the Pathfinder games. I played a rabbi that didn't transport from a modern day world. Oh, interesting. I'm an avid D&D, but these aspects are new to me. No problem, Matria. I'm happy to get you up to speed. This is just Paradox. Mech Warriors owned by Microsoft. Oh, nice.
And another one means the limit of his
That'd be
utility.
nice.
The last of them.
Game of Thrones style game where you're playing a street samurai. You have the whole Kurosawa boat too. The Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones style will get a lot of people pulled into it. Yeah, the MMO Shadowrun also got it. Never really had a chance. There was an MMO Shadowrun game. I didn't know that. I'm telling you guys. Look at what Netflix did with a beloved IP. Which one are you talking about? You could easily destroy something too. And I speak of these firearms avidly, but I'm glad someone created Sunbeam firearms. It allows me to create a new cleric of the light domain wielding a Sunbeam handle. I love a Sunbeam. Oh, Ghost of Tsushima's. Ghost of Tsushima. I still haven't played that game yet. I don't own a PlayStation. Has that game come to PC yet? I think they were going to do a PC port. The tall, dark-haired man sizes you up with a quick glance. A supernatural chill is making the air around him crackle softly. The expensive fabric of his jacket is stitched with gold thread and marked by several reddish-brown stains. A foresword and a box hang from his belt, and the emblem of the Holy Inquisition glitters on his chest. Seneschal, isn't this the chap we're supposed to find for the Lord Inquisitor?
I dare say it is, Lord Captain. Now, if it were possible for the gentleman to properly introduce himself and dispel our doubts.
Seneschal? Lord Captain? Do I have the pleasure of speaking to a rogue trader? Allow me to introduce myself. Interrogator Heinrix van Kalox of the Imperial Inquisition's esteemed Ordo Xenos. I must confess, I'm perplexed to meet someone of your standing in a place like this.
I don't hate that it isn't voiced. I hate that the log is in a weird place and closes automatically. Drives me nuts. That too, Cthulhu. That too. Glad you're able to join the stream. Yeah, I see. It's been so long since I played Wrath of the Righteous. I don't remember how the log worked in that game, but I definitely do feel like it was easier to get to. That it was easier to pull it up and get what I needed than in comparison to this log. But I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it because it's been too long. I've been wanting to join a D&D group for a long while. Sooner or later, I'm gonna get a tabletop group going in our Discord, for sure, and we'll do content on it. Like we'll film going through tabletop settings similar to like Critical Role, but we'll find different tabletop games to play though. I really want to do Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines at some point, but I can't do Roll20 since I don't have a laptop. Oh, sorry, Netflix destroyed The Witcher. Be careful. Ooh, yeah, what they did to The Witcher, rough. Netflix is making a Fallout series. I heard that the trailer for Fallout is looking pretty good though. For all the gameplay UI issues that this game has, they really nailed the 40K world. Like, nailed it. Yep, I could feel that. Even though I'm completely new, this world feels so much different than Pathfinder to me. Shadowrun Chronicles, Boston, Lockdown. Heck yeah, I would join that. You would join that? Okay, yeah. That's something, maybe that's something we'll look at in January. I have full trust in Henry Cavill if he ever acts in a Warhammer 40K adaptation. Not only is he doing a Warhammer 40K show, he's executive producer on it, I think. So he wants to make sure he has control so that a similar Witcher situation doesn't happen. I am here to collect you. I am under orders from the Lord Inquisition to offer any assistance you may require, after which I am to provide you safe passage to footfall aboard my ship.
Then the timing of our meeting is fortuitous. I am requisitioning you and your retinue for my task.
More and more CRPGs are coming to console. Yep. Love playing through Hillary Maker, Divinity, Disco Elysium, Wasteland 2. Did you ever play Wasteland 3? How school? It was definitely well worth it.
You're addressing a rogue trader.
I've never played the tabletop version. I've only played the video game version, which is part of why I want to get into it so much.
I don't imagine you'll be any happier if I say,
yeah, I heard he's a real big fan.
Inquisitorial custody.
Absolutely.
To aid his faithful servant in the fight against corruption is the solemn duty of all whose actions affect millions of the Imperium's subjects. Let your example guide those who will carry the Emperor's light across 1,000 stars.
More functional.
You are familiar with the works of Inquisitor Alistar the Redeemer?
Yeah, I agree. Wasteland 3 is awesome.
Acolyte can say the same.
I heard safe pass to football. To
Please
football.
forgive my lapse in manners, Lady Navigator Orselio.
He's going to requisition us.
I came to Rycad Minoris on a mission, which a rebellion prevented me from fulfilling. The governor is convinced that malcontents from among the rabble were the instigators, but I immediately suspected a more sinister presence at the root of the mutiny. My visit to the monastery and a few unhurried conversations with some of the rebels confirmed my suspicions. Someone by the name of Aurora is leading the rebellion. Data indicates that the head of the cultists is here right now, in the sanctum of the ancient reactor. Given the prophecy of the final dawn, and the special efforts made by the enemies of humanity to seize the monastery, their goal is to gain access to the holy power source's control circuit and trigger a process that, once started, cannot be stopped. In other words, to detonate the reactor, thus being themselves the cause of their much-touted final dawn.
Blasphemous insanity.
Pasqal is not pleased. Tech priest visitor flashes and turns a bloody scarlet. A soft hum of some activating systems is heard from under his robe. Smell Emperor Cultist up in here. We know it. I didn't play 3 yet. Highly recommend 3. I didn't play 2 or 1. I plan to actually play 2, but I think 1 is a little too old for me. But from everything I've heard from people who play the entire series, 3 is the best one. The mechanics are incredible. Sense of humor is really nice as well. Just just everything about that game. I really, really enjoyed my time in Wasteland 3. And that's without having played the two DLCs that have been released for it, that I feel like both of them were pretty well reviewed and seem to add some real meaty content to the game. He does have Argenta there. Sisters are about as ecclesiarchy as it gets. You know it. That's why I like her in my Imperial run. As Heinrix Van Kalak speaks, you suddenly notice the way he's looking at you, with his eyes slightly narrowed, as if he is peering into your soul, a soul that is touched by the gift of sorcery. The change in your expression does not escape the interrogator's notice. You see the corner of his mouth twitch. He must have instantly recognized a fellow Psyker. Precisely what are you, we can't talk to him about that though? Precisely what were you doing at the monastery?
I arrived here with an escort squad, only to lose it in our very first open skirmish. The monastery is swarming with heretics.
WH40K.
The soldiers I requisitioned from the governor fell in
Chaos
battle,
guys represented.
to
Does
death,
it though? I'm
or
not
deserted.
deep enough into it yet to
I had
be
to
sure
make
about
do
that.
with catching and forcefully interrogating individual rebels. It is from them that I learned what I relayed to you just now.
We're talking to the biopsyker. Point to the corpse. What did you do to him?
I convinced him to cooperate. I can influence living bodies, and I find that the interrogated are much more eager to share information once the blood starts to boil in their veins.
This wretched planet's trouble of none of my concern. I'm taking you to the ship, now.
Perhaps I haven't made myself sufficiently clear. In the Lord Inquisitor's absence, it is I who embody the will of the Holy Ordos. The Inquisition is fully intent on thwarting the vile prophecy that threatens doom for an entire planet, and I am not leaving the Reactor system
like
until
space
any
Nazis.
such threat is removed.
Indeed, you're in. Yes, I agree with Reed. Half of them basically are space Nazis. It's grim dark, so everybody is. Humanity stands together, but they stand together against aliens, basically against everybody else. So it's very much so grim dark, harsh, cold, violent. The vast majority of people are not heroes, so it's not like good and evil. Most people have shades of evil in them. It's that kind of universe. I can help you with Aurora. Let's join forces.
Thank you. Regrettably, the governor's people showed themselves to be unprepared for the perils of this place.
I'm almost drunk as a party member too, while exploring one of his voice lines
from a
is on my pants.
is beyond my powers. I hope that a rogue trader's retinue will prove more capable than a group of soldiers fresh off the base.
Doesn't care.
I am positive that not all of the electro-priests within these walls have perished. The heretics spoke of shadows emerging from side alleys to make short work of the cultists invading their abode.
I haven't tried co-op in this game yet, Godzilla. But what do you mean that
near a machine known as
when you have people with you, they're standing around for too long
the
because there's so much text
which the
as opposed to BG3?
treat with special piety.
Hers the Xenos. All right, who am I getting rid of? Who? Oh, Argenta does not survive in our heretic run. All right.
Quick, here's the
The fighter's body is still warm. He only bled to death a few minutes ago. Well, isn't that nice?
I've seen a lot of innocent people. I've yet to see someone remain so after an interrogation.
The hard, uncomfortable, somnol meditation bed is equipped with neural ports to connect the sleeper to the monastery's cogitator network. Pasqal, do you think?
The world trembles beneath
No offense,
my
this fire
feet.
cycle brings out my inner sadist. I mean, like your fire cycle with playing a new synthesis. Right. Every race is out for themselves. That's true too. Orcs are homies, need more orcs. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people want them. Emperor didn't want to be worshipped as a god, but ended up being just that. Is that true that essentially they're worshiping him despite that not being what he wanted when he was alive? A symbol for the omniscience is inscribed on the wall with grooves of electric discharge fanning out from it like a river.
The world will bow.
Alright, this section is annoying. First of all, formation. Yeah, that's all off. You up front. I guess you with them. You with them. Yeah, I guess she needs it. And then we could be in the back. Alright. Boom, no, no. Emperor outlawed religion. Oh, really?
I tread a path unexplored.
Canon lore, the Emperor actually is a real person. Be it, I thought he was imaginary. No, 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 no. He's a real person.
Did I mention that my whispers tell me jokes? Jokes that once said aloud make your eyes bleed and blood curdle. Talk about black comedy.
Your existence is naught but ashes. I will let
Are you serious? Oh, it had her come out there for it? You know what? No. I'm not eating that. Fine. We're just gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Absolutely didn't want to be a god. He did want to develop a cult of personality and rule humanity forever. He wanted to eliminate all religion, but he was still a mega fascist. Whoops. Not a quick load. There we go. Hey, Slater, there's a series of videos called If the Emperor Had a TTS Device. I've seen one or two of them. Those videos were pretty funny. Makes a lot of it sense. He was 100% real. He's barely alive corpse. So Terra kept alive. His life is the only reason humans can navigate the war. Yep. Battle Sisters came afterwards. Whole religion thing came out.
Embrace.
Are you serious? Come on, man. Okay. Wait for that thing to get through first. I hope we get an orc, because so many of you all have brought it up and said that this is something that you want. And of course, trying to steer mankind back towards a golden age of technology. Hey, Slant, is this game on a similar level in terms of complexity like Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous? I'm keen to try to give it a go. Yep. In fact, there are some people like Wrath of the Righteous who say they find this to be more complicated. To be honest with you. So yeah, absolutely. Now, personally, I find it easier than Wrath of the Righteous because I feel like
the absurdity of your struggle amuses me. Are you
I feel like you really
die?
need to just know what you're doing with Wrath of the Righteous. Like, it is extremely easy for things to get messed up. Whereas I don't quite feel the same way here. I feel like things are simpler here. That's what it is. I feel like it's very simple and obvious. Okay, this is what you need to do. Any people? Nah, I can't just kill any of y'all outright. So fine. Yeah.
One step closer. I need no guidance.
55%.
Death shall reign.
Still got it. That's fine. 0.
What is this foreboding?
Can't do that.
Anything
That
else?
works. And
On it.
Lark. Yep, sure. And you.
Will do.
Come closer. Come closer. So none run on, but you lose. The Warhammer tabletop is ridiculous. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I hadn't thought about that, but I also wonder what it's like playing Warhammer
I've seen worse
as
battles
a
than this
tabletop
in
game,
my
which
time.
obviously I've never done. So that would be super cool.
It will be done.
Chill out over here, get some cover.
Victory is
Also
imminent.
do some of that. And also, let's fine. This. You know what? No. Right over here, 36, 64. Oh wow, y'all are almost dead anyway. Yeah. Come on now. Figures. Oh well. Ooh, Cassia. Ooh. Is this, we'll see in a second.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Orcs add a lot of humor to the Grimdark universe, even if they're brutal warmongers. The deeper you get in Rogue Trade, the harder it gets for things to get messed up, in my opinion. That's true. I have heard that late game, it's probably easier than Wrath of the Righteous.
I will triumph.
Because I think Wrath of the Righteous can still be quite difficult in the very last act, whereas I've kind of heard that Rogue Trader is not like that. Old rule book memorized to playing fair, but in Rogue Trader that's not the case so far for me. Got you. Love it. But I can never play it on hard difficulties. Yeah, I never played Rogue Trader on unfair. God, lots of blessings to the people who do. But I just never found that to be entertaining, having to do that stuff over and over again.
But of course, Lord Captain.
I'm absolutely straight. Alright. Pasqal. Oh, you know what? You can go there. And oh man, we still don't have a good good pistol for you. That's unfortunate. Yeah, let's do this. The latest release from GW is Legions Imperialis, which is epic scale 40K. The models are increasingly detailed and cool looking for their actual size. Nice.
The spiritual prognosis is favorable.
Oh, whatever.
Why is
Oh my god. Serious? You could just play first band. Pretty much was. Specifically made a Bioware isometric style vampire CRPG, which would be weird because combat is not as core to the game. I agree that Rogue Trader is easier, but it does get harder. Rather than Rise just play harder, period. Yeah, Wrath is brutal. There's no doubt about it. Alright, Commander. You got 11. Yeah,
Ruin beckons. Death shall reign. One step closer.
Seriously, that wasn't enough for a
But of course.
Well, there we go. I was about to say we should have gotten her heroic that by now. She can't even use magic.
Anything else?
So this is what it is. All right. And wait, somebody should have. Yeah, here you.
On it.
You should have been walking towards us. Need you to get on that. You know what, Abelard? Why don't you go on ahead and make it clear to them how little you appreciate that.
At your beck and call.
There we go.
It will be done. I took care of this one.
Sure did. We sure did take care of this one. And we'll head to this. Valancius.
That's actually sound approach.
Oh, that's right. It's not gonna let him charge again. But, oh, come on now. and it super only applies to that weapon. Alright, it is what it is. Just my dislike for Wars of the Coast. I really despise the GW company as well. Why does disliking Wizards of the Coast make you despise GW as well? That doesn't make sense.
Do not dare ask.
They are
I
completely
am a
different
navigator,
companies.
not a servitor. I'm not accustomed to being
Just got
ordered
bored of my
around.
operative after seeing the DACA Argenta could put out and restart the game. I'm actually following this Soldier Pyro build now. What's going on, Pops? How are you? Yeah, operative is much more focused on debuffing, unless you really, really ignore a lot of those options
No guidance.
and go all in on perception. Kidding me?
I've suffered worse.
Natural.
Let's hear the sky.
I won't object to it.
Let's go.
Advancing.
That's not gonna do anything for me either. There we go. Make it happen, Captain. Excellent. Alright. Speaking of, well, I was a true G. This is hit Act 4 and my dragon got stolen. Good times, Crusader.
My aspirations
Good times.
transcend
Oh,
humanity.
He doesn't have anything in our target. Yeah, what's up with that? Hold on. Give you some grenade, I'll give you some fire as well.
Consider yourself spared.
Yeah.
Just in time.
Are you serious? Did I
This
really
is
just
not
walk through
the
that?
end.
Damn, that was gone.
There is a fervor in my soul.
Alright. Now let's heal. Haven't caught straight since I started playing this game. Also, glad you were able to catch it today then. Haven't seen him yet, but that's kind of wild. Yeah, I think Necrons aren't available until like the Act 4. I haven't seen Necrons in this game either, and I played all through Act 3. A lot of subs today. Right on. Oh, nice. That's awesome. I haven't looked at any of it, but happy to hear it.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Shoot. Oh, look at that plasma pistol, finally. That's logic. A multitude of symbols are carved into the enormous generator. You realize they are the foundational tenets of the Electro Priest religion. Standing out among them is the triumph of reason over all other facets of human nature. Yeah, it's pretty nuts how much is actually in this game. That's awesome. Let's go. Purrs the increase with chaotic hellfire.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
Yeah, I'm withholding judgment until I finish the game, Akasim, but from what I've seen thus far, it definitely appears to be a fantastic introduction into the lore. Here we go.
Let's seize the opportunity.
And we'll take you. And awesome. Excellent. What's this?
I did it?
These dead heretics are suspiciously different from the others. The symbols on their clothes are drawn wrongly, and standard issue military uniforms show through the blasphemous tatters. did I never level you up? Ooh, I might not have ever leveled you up. Whoops, my bad. Yep, we start with Desolation with you, and we're going to start with Agility. Your first ability is supposed to be Enfeeble, and then we're going to I don't know what skills we're focusing on from you. I might be kind of screwed when it comes to skills on this playthrough, to be honest with you. But we'll do Lore Warp, since that's what I'm doing on my Imperialis run. Then Agility again. And then you get a, we're going to focus on Nimble because you need dodge. And then we're going to focus on Lore Warp again. And then we're going to get Rigorous Training, which is going to ensure your movement doesn't end on charge. Plus 4 MP after each kill. That makes sense. Then we have another one of these options. And I don't remember what the third one is that you're supposed to get, sir. So I need to consult my guide. Give me one moment, you all. My guide says, Agility, Nimble, Lore Warp, Rigorous Training, upgrade to, Psi Rating 1. That's what he's supposed to get. Psi Rating 1. He gets Psi Rating 1. There we go. And then Agility's done, so you get Weapon Skill. Next ability is what? Ability, Invigorate, so we can take off Stunned. And then what was next on the list? Invigorate. Blade of Light. That's what it is, Blade of Light. Blade of Light. So we have more damage and armor penetration with our force weapons, which is holding one, and bam. And then let's look at our items. Yeah, let's go ahead and give him some chain lightning. Oh, wait, actually here. I want Idira to have this chain lightning. And this one can be added to cargo. Then we've got 5 regular sniper rifles. I don't think I need that. Yeah, I got a long last. That's better than this. So we'll send all these to cargo. Now, he could benefit from this. And then we can send the rest of them to cargo. And you could go to cargo. Modified Bolter isn't helping any of us. You can go to cargo. Can she use the pistol yet? Still can't use the pistol. Alright, what about armor? You get a Space Wolf Marine. Yep, you do. So glad you did a build video for Princess. What's going on? How are you? So glad you did a video for Cassia, because I had no idea how to use her in combat. Hey, hopefully the video helps you. Oh, did Guardsman get got? What do you mean? Just got my first melter weapon. Gotta find someone for it now. Oh yeah, I think Pasqal comes with melter weapon proficiency. Custodian is much bigger than a Space Wolf. That build is great. She's so strong. Infinite damage, infinite tank, 200 plus all stats sometimes. Yep, she's pretty insane. Where to see it, Custodian? Just because I don't think they'd be keen to work with a rogue trader, unless we talk about an equivalent. That would be cool. Why wouldn't they want to work with a rogue trader? It would have to be a retired one, and even then, don't know, because when they retire, they still serve. So the Emperor. Okay, Mercy's been known to work with humans on occasion. A one-time character would be cool. Nice. All right. Let's see. This is strictly for heretical characters, right? But I don't want anything taken away from my dodge. Psychic Body Glove, 25%. The wearer ignores the first critical hit. If the wearer's willpower is more than 40. Yep, so you will take this. Yep, and keep your dodge nice and high. Add to cargo. The regular chainmail, we can add this to cargo. I'm gonna keep you around just in case. 25%. What do you got? Yeah, you can make use of that. Take it. Take it. Oh wait, can be equipped. 25%. 10%. Parry. Sure, why not? Look. And then what are you using? That's just 20%. Let's give you 25%. Let's add this to cargo. Then this 20%, definitely add that to cargo. What's here? You got a cape, right? Is this cape for you? Oh no, this cape is not for you. What's this? +1 fellowship, +5 fellowship rather. No, we good on that. Who took the cape with oh, it might have been freaking, oh, here we go, Dogmatic. Yep, here we are. I'll give you this. Yep, there we go. With a dead shot, and there's enemy gains an exploit. This makes more sense for you. What is this? Lauren PM test depend on fellowship instead of intelligence. I guess you could use this. You could use this. We'll keep it around just in case. Plus this one, I feel like you for each enemy. Yeah, that's not doing anything for you. Iconoclast, wear this helmet. Blah 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 blah. Your armor is 45% right now. Your armor is 46% if we take this off, so that makes sense. Take this. What does this do again? You know, coated with a viral toxin. Can only be used once per combat. The attack deals 1 to 3 damage and has 30% armor penetration. This always seems so useless. Using any medikit costs 1 AP less. You needed to use one last time, so you might use one again. You know, we'll give you the viral toxin just to see. Oh, hey, look, you can use medikits now. So we'll give you some medikits. Why not? In fact, let's check that for everybody. How are we doing on this? You can use medikits now, so let's give you some medikits. How about you? Can you? You cannot, but we'll give you some grenades. Just fill up all your slots with grenades. You, how are you doing? You need another grenade. No problem. You're good. You are good. All right, now. Custodians are literally the Emperor's handmade guards. There are really only a tiny number of them, less than 1,000, and most of them remain on Terra. Why wouldn't they follow a rogue trader? 40-50 that run around the guy with defending important people. The equivalents. Why wouldn't one who's not an equivalent be willing to fight for a rogue trader? Is heavy weapon proficiency broken? Does anyone know about to select it? On Yrilet. What do you mean when you say broken? If you mean like, does it not work? No, it works fine. It allows you to use heavy weapons. It'd be cool if we met an actual named character in a future expansion. I prefer an Ogren. That's the other one. Orcs and Ogrens. That's what people keep putting out about. Put Ravenor in the game. He'd be easy animated voice. He's an egg with a robot voice. The bodies of careless cultists have been thoroughly fried by an arc of the motive force. Ooh. Somebody's having a bad day. A crowd of cultists has surrounded the tech priest, crucified upon a mechanism. A rhythmic whisper repeated by 100 voices blends into some blasphemous enchantment. Powerful discharges of the motive force run through the machine, cause the unfortunate prisoner's body to convulse brutally, enforcing woeful cries of pain from his lips. The tech priest's hoarse voice echoes under the ceiling, in the clenched claws of stagnation, in the shackles of Iteration Zero, under the iron wing, let the cycle be discontinued. Pasqal's Mechadendrites spring into combat mode instantly, and a wrathful rattle comes from his box. I am registering a severe violation of the purity protocol. The blessed Armanaut has been captured by heretics and is being tortured. Are you sure he is Armanaut? Confirmed. I do not observe his face, but I recognize his words. Let the cycle be discontinued is the blessed Armanaut's motto. Look around the hall. The heretics have taken up positions everywhere, and many more are doubtlessly hiding in the passages leading out of the hall. For now, they are all focused on the sacrilegious torch of the tech priest and do not notice you. How is he bearing this torture? A devotee of Omniscience is capable of withstanding great bodily torment with no loss of functionality. But where flesh reinforced with sacred iron will persevere, the purity of spirit may perish. I hypothesize that the heretics have made the blessed Armanaut participate in some variety of sacrilegious ritual. Though through sacrilegious torture, they are trying to break his will and turn him into an unholy terminal with which to control the reactor's outer power circuit system. The tech priest's colors are stained with grime. They are diluted, painted over with rot. And yet his heart still holds a cinder of bright red. This dying flame can be ignited anew. We must save the esteemed tech priest without risking his life. Actually, no, the heretic, she's not saying that. And then let's kill them all. My analysis of the situation indicates the overwhelming numerical superiority of the enemy. In an open confrontation, the blessed Armanet may be randomly or deliberately harmed by fire. I have an alternative proposal to direct engagement. The Macendendrite points to the corpses of heretics lying nearby. We can use the blasphemer's clothing as a disguise. Unrecognized, we can sabotage the power units, overloading them and thus cleansing the hall of heretics. The lightning discharges have charred the cultist's corpse. Whiffs of smoke rise from their empty eye sockets, whose contents have evaporated. Their clothes, covered in the blood of innocents, are crudely painted over with emblems of the arch enemy, which exude a repulsive air of soul decay. Nice. Now that is how you describe a heretical act. Putting on these clothes? No. The signs of the archenemy are not just painted symbols, but conductors of its will. The words of their prayers, even spoken without faith, their coats of arms, even deceitfully worn. All this increases the presence of the ruinous powers near you and draws their corrupting attention to you. Cassia stares in horror at the corrupted clothes and the scattered human ashes. Do not make me. That's awesome. Custodes fight for no one. What's wrong? You stealing some of my peppermint bark? It's not yours, boy, I tell you. Man, why is they just come into your room and steal whatever they please? Custodes, silly girl. Custodes' prime responsibility is protecting the Emperor. They would only join our retinue if it was directly related to that. Interesting. Okay. Custodes belong to something totally different than road traders. So we have a really hard time submitting themselves to the command or will of anything but the Emperor. It would be like the Secret Service working for a random county sheriff. Interesting. How does being a heretical rogue trader work? Are you still technically on the Empire's side? We'll see. The Empire, other than Heinrix, hasn't really reached out to me yet. We're only in Act 1, so we'll see how this works over in time. It's like saying Secret Service following orders from an arms dealer. Interesting. What would be somewhat cool would be letting heretical rogue traders push Pasqal into the dark mechanicum. Kithu, it seems like, I think that's possible. It seems like he's someone who's open to heresy, but we'll have to find out while we go through this playthrough. Custodes are way stronger than any Space Marine. Oh, really? They're stronger than the Space Marine. So they're stronger than, so the Custodes are stronger than the Space Wolf that we get there? They are the best the Imperium has, just below Primarchs. Interesting. Okay. Peppermint is goated. Peppermint bark is fantastic. So, what is the essence of your plan? Uttering the litany of actuation for the power units for the Lemian Deacon's command throne will direct the motive force created by the blessed reactor into the hall. Distribution servitors keeping its output within the set parameters, but upon receiving an order to increase it to peak values, it will turn this place into an electric shaft. That would be awesome. Yes, they have secret tech. So just like Space Wolf only uses Adeptus or Stardust equipment, the Custodes have basically an type of equipment that only they can access. You would disgrace yourself by donning these tainted rags? That's called deadpans. The only unbearable disgrace is that of a duty unfulfilled. The rest is merely spiritual attrition. You do realize this plan sounds like suicide. A sound similar to a laugh escapes Pasqal's vox. This statement is true. Then what do you propose? To flee? I've tried to employ this behavioral strategy in the past, and it brought my soul no relief. Heretical laugh. I'm actually curious to know what it's like to walk in a heretic's shoes. I pray that the Omnissiah gives the blessed Armanon enough fortitude. Pasqal grimaces as a new wail of pain rends the air. Yeah, the custodes have stuff that even Marines can't use. Interesting. The heretic's garb clings to your skin like a greedy leech. Tingling and foul fever spread over your body, as though these tatters have imbibed the vile contents of their former wearer's soul.
The world
Custodians obey no one but the Emperor. A high lord of terror once tried to order one, and he laughed at him. Man throne. A grim-looking heretic walks up to you resolutely, blocking your path. As he studies your disguise with suspicion, you note that his left eye has 2 conjoined irises, while his right eye has 4. Ooh. I don't know who you are, and why haven't I met you before? You are observant, so here's your prize. Persuasion. Throw up your hands sheepishly. I'm new. Was sent here to slaughter unbelievers, and I've only just finished. The cultist smiles bloodthirstily. You're new. That's right. Every newcomer must slit a false believer's throat to prove their loyalty to the edge of daybreak. Did you enjoy it at all? You don't have to answer. I can see you did. Go ahead, sister. Nice. The command throne is not yet ready for the unit.
The world will bow.
Okay. How about this? A heavy crown of golden neural augmetics rests upon the servitor's head. The crown is bent and broken from ruthless gunbuck blows. The pale body is covered in blasphemous inscriptions carved into the withered flesh. I identify this acolyte as a distribution servitor. I am registering upon it traces of sacrilegious violation of the right of operation. The probability of its responsiveness to commands is below average. Tech use. Try to conduct a restart ceremony. For the glory of the Omnissiah, let this machine spirit sleep, that it may awaken and serve again. Pasqal gently touches the servitor's crown, deactivating one of its segments. Let the outer neural connection circuit be plunged in darkness. Another touch, and several lights on the crown go out. Let the command response hub fall silent. Pasqal switches to Ben Hart's speech, accompanying his every action with a line from a sacred hymn. It is amazing how the reverent awe of the tech priest's voice can be discerned even through his rattling vox. Suddenly, every light on the servitor's crown comes alive. They can only repair, but don't know how half their equipment works. That's interesting. So if it's gone, it's gone. They better hang on to it tightly. Everyone have a lovely night. Looking forward to more great content. Take care, Cthulhu. Glad you're able to catch a stream, man. And yeah, I agree. Pasqal is a badass. A shower of sparks bursts from the augmentics of the servitor's brow. Several black, ash-tinted tears run from its empty eye sockets, ready to serve. Energize the hall's power units to the maximum. It will be done.
I tread a path unexplored.
I don't know what you found. Oh, we gotta go here. The altar is adorned with gilded skulls. Threads of metal that used to be electrodes are fused onto the bone. Once majestic, the altar has now been desecrated with blasphemous images of blue-green suns. Some of its levers and buttons have been pried from their sockets, but the mechanism still glorifies the Omnissiah with its operation. I identify this as the safety system control altar. For our diversion to succeed, this blessed machine must be executed, and may its spirit forgive us. Tech use. Cause the altar to overload. Pasqal offers a short Heinrix prayer, then enters command after command to set up a trap for the machine spirit inhabiting the altar. The code born out of the tech priest's tinkering causes the spirit to flutter confusedly in a snare of impossible commands. Heat up the altar circuit boards and perish forever in the showers of sparks that burst forth from the melting wires. May we be granted the Omniscience forgiveness for this act. I am registering a general shutdown of the security system.
Intriguing.
Right. And now, Tech Priest corpse, his throat slit, sits up on a splendid command throne laced with finely wrought motor forth pass. A contorted expression of righteous anger is frozen on his face. A black blindfold covers his eyes. This is the Lumino Deacon's command throne. This is where the power unit actuation and shutdown litanies are recited from. The blessed Lumino Deacon himself has the honor of closing the circuit the motor force flows through. Okay. Pasqal, kindly sit down on the throne and recite the litany. Pasqal freezes and a quiet whisper comes from his box. Request denied. I am not authorized to sit upon the Lumino Deacon's command throne. Such an act would be considered a sacrilege. Persuasion. Pasqal, saving the relic and your mentor justifies a minor infraction of the rules. Awesome. Pasqal casts a scrutinizing glance at you, then nods reluctantly. Situation deemed an emergency. I request the Omniscience forgiveness for the transgression about to be committed. The Tech Priest's body winces from the motor force discharge, but his box begins to recite the sacred words of the litany as his fingers activate the command rooms with precise, unhurried movements. And in the Let's Play episode that's coming out tomorrow, should be coming out tomorrow, we actually went through this section, but I just decided to kill them all. There's 27 people in this freaking room. That fight was no joke. This, way easier. I am recording a successful activation of the power units. And look at that, we all leveled up. Very nice, very, very nice. All right.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Take all that. Take all that. Bunch of spectators up here as well. They all dead. Excellent. No witnesses. Good way to play CRPGs. I agree, Godzilla. Hold on, I just woke up again. What's up, Yomigami? How are you?
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Absolutely. Speaking my language, sister. Speaking my language.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Embrace
We want to search around this room
power.
first, make sure we get everything, and then we'll go talk to him. Oops, I did not lose that. There we go. Wow, that's what Cassia is. So, right. There we go. All right.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
Excellent. All right. Ooh, mass electrocution. My end say this rewards of joy. I think Heretic is probably for you, Matria. In the cycles of the foreordained, there lurks a flaw of worship. The Tech Priest's body convulses. Pain, plaintive creaks of Heinrix prayers come from his vox. As moments pass, the signal becomes less and less clear, as if something twisted and wrong were being added to it. Pasqal studies the tech priest's face carefully. His Vox system moans in a tragic vibrato. Subject unidentified. This is not the blessed Armonaut. Stranger, I request your name. How do you know my mentor's motto? Who are you, servant of the Omnissiah? The fire of the hearth sent forth sparks. The name of the spark is Abel Hanuman. The tech priest looks over at Pasqal. For a brief moment, his speech becomes clear. The echo of my call has reached you. Good. The iteration is at its end. The design is fulfilled. What's the intention? Why are you calling yourself by my name? Was it you who summoned me to Rykab Norris? What for? I categorically demand an answer. Pasqal's voice rises to an intimidating howl, but the delirious tech priest does not seem to understand what he is saying. What design? An intention both bold and honorable, to open new gates for the waters of knowledge and comprehension. A plan written so that the righteous may follow. And trust in the great pattern of revelation and uniform progression toward it. Pasqal's voice is trembling with elation. Those are his words. I've not heard them in so very long. Ask him about Armonet. You came here because of him after all. No, the tech priest's weak voice goes stronger. He came because of himself. Myself? To redeem myself? To correct a mistake? Possibly. But how do you... There's a look of gentle condescension in Abel's eyes. Strange, given the circumstances. The hubris of the mind spurs him to build monuments to himself. Do not regret, for all is predetermined by the iteration. A devastating coughing fit cuts him off, and you hear a clang of tearing metal from inside his chest. You can talk once we get him out of here. A cold premonition rakes the heart. The probabilities are dark and frightening. Brother, I do not wish to gaze into them. We are the flame of knowledge that drives the darkness away. Pasqal is quickly inspecting Abel's wounds, paying no mind to the blood and sacred unguents staining his sleeves. His Vox rasps soothingly. Do not fear what is to come, brother. We are already here. Examine the tech priest. There are deep burns all over his flesh, and the skin around his augmentates is charred. Blasphemous spells have been carved into his sacred iron, forming unholy litanies of scrap code. It is amazing how robust this tech priest's life support systems have proven to be in maintaining the spark of life in his grievously wounded body. Do you know him, Pasqal? The subject has not been identified, and there's no record in my catalog. Interrogation is impossible due to the subject's evident affective state of clouded consciousness. Try to take down the tech priest crucified on the machine. As soon as you touch the tech priest's battered flesh, he shifts his gaze to you and says, with sudden clarity, many sparks have gone out, but not all. The electric shepherds are alive. In the darkness, I heard their prayers. Find them, save them, recite the hymn of contact circuit restoration, so that you may behold what is hidden. A blast of the motive force runs down the tech priest's body, and his face contorts in a mocking grimace. Malformed, Ben-Hard cold, repulsively jarring on the ears, pours out of his Vox. Information archived to the effect that the circuit restoration hymn is the entrance password to the electro priest's hiding place. Pasqal responds with the dour rhythms of a containment aria. I know with great sorrow that the cultist ritual has been partially successful. My tech brother has been tainted by corruption. He is in the grip of schismatical and unholy imitation of a machine spirit. I request immediate activation of the Texorcism protocol. What is a schismatical? An ugly mockery of a noble machine spirit created by the warp. Sometimes a few lines of despicable scrap code or a small clump of the motive force falls under the archenemy's influence and degenerates into an abomination of this sort, one whose very existence is an insult to the Omnissiah's wisdom. Heretical. I would rather leave him as he is. There must be a purpose to whatever ritual he's taking part in. Request denied. If we are not granting him salvation, let us at least grant him a merciful deactivation. Really? I swear there was a way to get him on the ship. That's interesting. As mangled as it is, the tech priest's body still clings to life. It takes several blows to end his corruption-tainted existence, but even after that, A repulsive giggle is heard over the static from his vox. Pasqal's Macendandrite touches the dead man's head carefully, grips his neural augmetic in its claw, and extracts it from its socket with the utmost care. The skull bone cracks dryly, and brain matter taints the sacred metal. Rest in purity, Tech Brother. The knowledge you have attained through your efforts will be preserved and purified. Lord Captain, the Omnisire commands a pious mind to strive toward uncovering the truth. Therefore, I will not stop until I find my mentor and understand his connection to this servant of the machine god. I request the privilege of joining your retinue as a rightful companion. I can offer to fulfill the duties of an engine seer on your ship in exchange for the right to follow you and conduct my own investigation. Awesome. Well, all right. I swear in the beta, there's a way to get them on the ship, but that maybe that's changed in the full release version. Lennon, what's going on, dude? How are you? Non-religious schematic. Just woke up from an allergy attack. At least I have your streams. Oh man, sorry there. I hope you're feeling better, man. Just ordered some grub. Hope you're streaming from a bit. Yeah. I plan to be here for a while longer. You're doing co-op in this? What's going on, Snake? Yep. I'm definitely down for co-op. Not tonight, because it's already been kind of late, but in the future, yeah. Anytime people want to jump in the streams, they're more than welcome to do so. Just make sure you join my Discord so you'll be able to get in. List of skill. In critical chance, sure. I mean, random enemy suffers half this damage. Yeah, sure. I keep adding fire damage. Oh, wait, no! Now that I think about it, wait. Crap, I should have done a short stay. I think I should have been boss side rating 1 for her. A crystal psyker? What's that about? Yep, for sure, Snake. Yeah, next time you see me on, if you want to jump in, by all means. Heretical. You have to wait for that. There we go. So how do you think RT compares to the last games Alcap made? I like it quite a bit. It's definitely different from the Pathfinder game, so it feels very distinctive, which I appreciate. I didn't want to retread of the same old. And I feel like the mechanics are very well thought out. The party members and the different classes, all of that is cool stuff. I don't feel as connected to the party members as I did in Wrath of the Righteous, so we'll see whether or not that changes as we go through more of the story. But outside of that, great stuff. I'm definitely a fan. We'll go with plasma weapon. Burn. Weapon skill, and this will be Lord Xenos. You're good. What's up with you? Toughness, so that's weapon skill. Athletics, so that's Medicae. You're done. You get another power. I haven't figured out what I want to do power-wise with you. Let's see. You got foreboding. It's an aura that lasts till the start. Allies within that area gain more dodge, and it cannot go below a certain point, or the target gains additional intelligence, perception, fellowship, and willpower until the end of combat. That's nice too. That's nice. You know, we'll take that. We'll take pre-science. Why not? You know what? She probably could use a little nimbleness herself. Yeah, I felt like she got hit up pretty bad last time. Let's give you some of that. And then you. Ooh, point of curiosity. For sure. Strange vitality, I got it. Do we got mastery? What is it called? Mind over matter? Mind over matter is what it is, and we do not have that yet, so yeah. We'll take that. Alright, and no special items, right? So we're good. I'm hoping they make a Dark Heresy game next. Interesting. What appeals to you about that? It's probably the answer to my count. Just to see if I can feel it. Incubation of the count. Plus a bunch of pillows. Nope, I understand. No, my wife is actually the same way. We got the bed that you can have lean up because she has to almost stand straight up when she sleeps. It's so odd to me, but hey, whatever heck helps you get to sleep. So nope, I understand completely. Psyker who manifests crystals to do magical physical bleeding over time damage. Oh, that's crazy. I like this combat system much more than Pathfinder. Feels much faster, especially on turn-based. I agree with that wholeheartedly. You won't feel connected. I don't know very much, but from what I know, the people of WH40K are extremely hard to connect with. Fun is relative, Lennon. My favorite archetype is Officer, but it's all about giving other party members extra turns and buffing them. It's not about the damage that you yourself do. For some people, they would also find that to be a lot of fun. Other people, they would say, no, I don't like that. If damage is what's more fun for you, then Soldier might work better, which is all about rings damage. The Cogitator's green screen lights up as you approach it and displays a flashing message. Pilgrim, only the words of the first galvanic hymn will reveal to you the gifts hidden behind the veil of knowledge. Now chant with me. Let us sing this canticle too. The device's keyboard lights up, clearly expecting you to enter the rest of the verse. The Omnissiah, from whom the holy discharge springeth forth. Verse 2 calls to you, Pilgrim. Let us fill our souls with gratitude toward the arcane key that closeth the circuit. Now finish this prayer, Pilgrim. May the unity of the sacred charges power the immortal reason that hath created the spark. A solemn Ben-Har trill comes from the Cogitator. Verily so. A pilgrim who has learned our ways is worthy of the gifts of the enlightened. Done this enough times that I remember the puzzle by heart. But there's supposed to be books or things around the area where if you read them, or I guess notes, where if you read them, it'll tell you what the answer to this is. Yeah, I guess you use that. That makes more sense. And what was the other thing? Oh, the arc rifle. Does the arc rifle make sense for anybody? I'd give it to Pasqal if it didn't mean he had to put this that pistol down. Can he use this? He actually can. You know what? I like this for him. Yes, it's got a little range on it too. Yeah! Avalar can use the arc rifles. There we go. And make use of them. Super sounds great. I didn't know it was that different. Yep, it's that different. Officer fits the genre really well. Kind of a unique class. But you aren't really ever wanting to combat and wreck things, even though you are very strong. I say, in my humble opinion, a priest who enforces his or her religion would be fine. Is there a battle maze type build? Those tend to be my favorite archetypes, melee that can do magic. In this game, you could be a pyromancer, and there are a couple of different ways you could build them, but one of them is that basically you set yourself on fire all the time, and then you charge out in melee, and it allows you to basically do more damage towards enemies. I think some of the things you could do is triggered by how many other enemies are burning around you, all that kind of stuff, so that might give you like a melee maze type of build. Cassia, an officer who could just casually nuke people in a cone. Melee mage is real good. Yeah, a lot of options. You could do the Dragon Age Arcane Warrior kind of thing. A melee mage picking all the buffs and debuffs and using weapons. Yep, and there's a specific talent you can take that allows you to use the damaging psyker powers in melee distance. Bob, what's going on, man? How are you? Hey, boss, finding Heretic meaningfully different thus far? Any options to be truly heretical? It's not, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's like meaningfully different yet, but you can tell it's building up to something already. I'm still in Act 1, so it's not crazy different.
The world will bow.
Uh-oh. They got the drop on me. It shall be purified by the motive force. Blasphemer.
Your struggles are in vain.
All right, and we've been ambushed, so no choice but to just go ahead and get it popping. All right, who's up next? You're the one going up first, then you, okay, and then you. All right, so if it's you,
anything
give
else?
you some extra ones of these, and then we'll give you some extra ones of these, and then I'm gonna give you a whole lot of these.
What's that? You?
And then we're gonna let that go. And then you'll run up and won't be able to do anything yet. And then who's next? Heinrix? Alright, well Heinrix, he's gonna give everybody some resolve. Then he's gonna give himself some strong arm. And then he's gonna enfeeble somebody. Well, I guess we'll just go with you. Actually, no, here. That'll work. Oops, no, there we go. Alright, we're gonna enfeeble you. Will it allow... Why can't he charge?
I won't do that.
Unavail... Oh, because I only have 1 AP left.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use.
Anyway. 15 damage, not too bad. And this other guy will come down. Who's next? Pasqal. Okay. Pascal's gonna put some things on you. Oh, you already got... You already got some of that, huh? Here. Let's give all of us a little bit more defense. Why not? There we go. And joining now, you all get...
As the tactical imperative dictates.
And then let's take you out. There you go. Awesome. Shard he didn't have, I think. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I've got a shard that in my Imperial run I didn't have, and I've been able to do interesting things with it. So again, not a crazy difference yet, but definitely you can see it's building towards me being able to do some interesting things. All right, you're up next. He will go ahead and charge me. Oh, he can't. Oh, because we can't charge through people. Is that the problem? You know what? Fine. He's gonna go up here instead then. Yep, he's gonna go up here. And they'll parry. But you know what? It's fine. So whatever. It's fine.
I will do my
best. There we go. There we go. That's a little better.
Victory is imminent.
Is this better than Kingmaker? What's going on, Hammer? How are you? Yeah, I would say it's better than Kingmaker. In fact, it's already definitely more stable than Kingmaker. And I enjoy Kingmaker quite a bit, so I like Kingmaker, but I would say at least through Act 1 is better than Kingmaker. I played through the beta up to Act 3, but there's 2 more acts in the game that I've never seen, never played before. So I can't tell you on the whole if this is better than Kingmaker overall. But thus far in Act 1, I'm enjoying this more than I enjoyed Kingmaker in Act 1. Quite a lot of gear that relates to burning fire damage that I haven't been able to use yet. Yep, there's Pyro gets a lot of related gear. So like here. Yeah, I can't comment, Lennon. So I haven't played Underrail yet. I'm like Kingmaker. It must be better than Kingmaker. It does. Kingmaker was a good game. Shaky, janky, but still a good game. I won't say like just any old game is better than Kingmaker. Forge World Pyromancer, some really fun towns for Pyro. Yep. Hearing a Mechanicus talk about heresy. Art Act 4 is in a rough state right now. Well, hopefully it'll be better by the time I get there. They prefer the sex deal. There's a very specific reason why I like Octavia. Don't have to wonder why that is. All right. And now she has finally become the beast she was always meant to be. So she can start moving people around at her leisure. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Just absolutely insanity. Oh yeah, yep.
Lord Captain.
See, are too much more comfortable over there. And who's this? Command Highlander. That's Idira. Oh, that's actually not cool that he's right around them like that. Wish there was something I could do about that, but honestly, there's not really. Oh, does he have... No, he won't have charge anymore, so nope, he can't do anything. I shouldn't have done that. Doggone, I messed that up. Alright.
Emperor, give me strength.
Yeah. Oh, not good. She can't even use her Psyker powers within... Can she? Yeah, she can't. It'll trigger an attack. So yeah, she's just gonna have to chill. That's not cool either. That's not cool, man. Yep. That will trigger an attack as well. Yeah, she's just gonna have to chill.
Not sanctioned to do this for the throne's glory.
There we go. And he's already got strong arms, so hey. What? Only 40%?
But of course,
that's not cool.
Lord Captain,
I was about to say. Oh yeah, excellent. Can he charge it to this other one though? No.
I feel power surging. The Emperor is on our side.
95%, that's much better.
I'm done with this one.
And we can go ahead and charge
Let's see to it.
Excellent. Now one more in. There we go. And that was beautiful. That's a problem.
Heavy is the dread of his faithful. Request approved.
Do some of that.
Binary override.
And we don't even need that, so here, we'll do this. And there we go. That's it. Any Warhammer 40K is already interesting. Yep, I've learned that. Hammer, this is my introduction into 40K, and it's definitely been a blast so far. We good? Okay, cool. And looks like they didn't drop anything, so we can just go in. The machine altar accepts the contact circuit restoration hymn with a deferential word.
Embrace true power.
Embrace true power. A shortish, muscular man wearing the scarlet colors of the priesthood of Mars steps into your path. The wrinkles on his cheeks and forehead point to his propensity for frequent outbursts of fierce anger. But right now, he is showing no signs of aggression. Glowing blue patterns of electric tattoos or electus show through his oddly bluish-tinted skin. The man's eye sockets are dark and empty, yet he turns his face straight towards you with no hesitation. He has a sharp, screeching voice, not unlike a bird's calling. May the charge of the Omnissiah's mercy persist in the hands of the faithful. May the motive force persist in their batteries. Definitely not making the sign of the Aquila. Another blind heretic to battle. Actually, what is the response to that? Another blind heretic to battle. Stop, Pilgrim. You have no enemies here, for the corruption of heresy has not touched our fraternity. The hallowed electrodynamic centibeam receives you, Pilgrim. I am Dar Impulse 6, a servant of the motive force and the praetor electroid of this sacred monastery. Pasqal bows down humbly before the man. A trill of Benharic signals comes from his box, to which the praetor responds with a solemn gesture of blessing. Pasqal turns to you and says, the rank of praetor electroid is a sign of high standing within the electro-priest fraternity. To have been granted an audience is a great honor. You have the honor of hosting the rogue trader of House von Valancius. I urge you to follow proper etiquette when interacting with the eminent bearer of the sacred warrant. Within these walls, worldly titles are nothing before the motive force. Your deeds, however, speak far louder than titles, for your path here is sprayed with the blood of desecrators. Darn Pulse 6, it was to you, was it not, that Logis Abel came seeking an interpretation of his data trance? Yes, Tech Brother Abel arrived here to engage in a magnetic meditation that would help clarify his visions. Unfortunately, the Heretic's machinations prevented us from completing the ritual. The esteemed Logis volunteered his help in defending the monastery, but contact with him was lost soon afterward. Tell me more about Logis Abel. We did not speak much to each other. He preferred to devote his time to solitary reflections in his chapel. The Omnissiah has given Tech Brother Abel a gift of great insight, which allows him to discern each individual facet of existence rather than the overall view. This makes his logic different from that of other people. You get to it. Highly recommended a high hybrid spear build with mathematics science skills, fire and ice psionics. Spear is fun and powerful. Mathematics goes very well with spear. Interesting. Ordering Abelard to introduce my character is one of my favorite things to do. I agree, Pops. I think it's absolutely hilarious and feeds more to the idea of being a noble. Might have to reset my government phone service because I don't have my code. Ooh, that's unfortunate. I'm using a Pyromancer warrior build with a power sword. It's quite fun, although I was surprised to find a carbon copy of my build not too far into the game. But yep, Pyromancer is definitely popular. His mind has always been able to combine facts and conclusions into harmonious wholes that were nothing short of beautiful. Many among my flock found his sermons poetic. What kinds of visions was he receiving? The Omnissiah's revelation was encrypted with great meticulousness, which indicates its great importance. Grasping it fully is beyond my ability, but a single touch was enough for me to realize the enormity of the secret concealed within, or more exactly, the secret design, which was how Tech Brother Abel referred to it. His mind had discerned in the world around him some traces of some grand silence that he wished to comprehend. Logis Abel is dead. Sad news indeed. Tech Brother Abel was chosen by the Omnissiah to be a comprehender of great mysteries. May his spirit's motive force come into being anew in the fount of the miraculous fusion reactor. I have a few questions about this place and the people in it. Truth is like light, and blocking its path is criminal. The Praetor Electroid nods majestically. Who are you? The hard-working servants and dwellers of the Cenobium, Electro Priest of the Adeptus Mechanicus. The Corpuscari did us a great honor by entrusting into our care the sacred relic around which the hallowed electrodynamic Cenobium was built. What precisely do you believe in? We have devoted ourselves to the worship of that aspect of the machine god, which is known as the motive force. It is the blessed divine spark that creates impetus in the universe. The Omnissiah, in his mercy, gave the world the gift of the motive force, and we follow its impulses in order to increase it, bring it to lay people, and protect it from unholy hands. The relic that this monastery protects provides the entire planet of Rycat Minoris with the blessed motive force, and we, unworthy though we are glad to serve the ancient machine that dwells in this place. Tell me more about your relic. It would be pointless to describe the miraculous fusion reactor. Only through beholding its ferocious power can one comprehend its blessed essence and fear the might of the Omnissiah. Its core was found 4,000 years ago and delivered to Rycat Minoris by the holy warrior of faith, Locke Impulse I, during one of his campaigns. Its sacred spark had not gone out for an instant, and the walls and power units of this Cenobium had been erected around the relic in order to protect it from ignorant lay people, as well as protect it from its formidable right, as well as protect them from its formidable might. Can you start as a tech priest? You can start as a member of the ecclesiarchy, but not a tech priest. Pasqal keeps his solemn silence, but the quick clicking of his Nicandendrite's claw betrays his excitement at being so close to the sacred archaeotech. You are not like other members of the Adeptus Mechanicus I have met. Our faith imposes a duty of obedience on us. Every electro priest is given numerous electudes that combine in a blessed Voltigist circuit, allowing feeble flesh to withstand the might of the motive force. That is why our skin glows with its light, and our eyes boil and melt when we are ordained. The Omnissiah's tears is what we call this phenomena, this dying away of unworthy flesh. As we shun the layperson's primitive means of looking at the world, we gain the ability to sense the motive force around us with our entire bodies. I understand everything. I am pleased to be the conductor of truth. Why are you calling me a pilgrim? Only those lay people who desire to experience the motive force are allowed to cross this monastery's threshold. All others are profaners and criminals. You do not belong to the fraternity of electro priests, but your intentions are good. If you are not seeking the Omnissiah's wisdom, then it was the motive force itself that brought you here to find it. What happened here, and how did you manage to survive? When the heretics descended in droves upon the Cenobium, we gave battle, but the unholy foes buried the Omnissiah's warriors under a mass of their bodies, thus extinguishing the defenders' sparks of purity. It was then that I ordered my few surviving brethren to retreat into the monastery's secret chambers. Upon taking refuge there, we began to destroy the blasphemous intruders in surreptitious ways. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Alas, as fiery as my brother's anger was, I had no right to permit them to die in honest combat, for the task of taking back our abode still lay ahead for us. Definitely recommend watching 40K lore channels. There's entertaining ones out there. Yep, I picked that up. Shame because the weakness of my flesh disgusts me. Well, Leonard, you can be a member of the Ecclesiarchy and maybe that'll start you down the path. I must commend the skill with which your secret chambers are concealed. You hear a tinge of wounded pride in Heinrix's words, as if he is upset about failing to discover the Electro Priest shelter. Your choice of tactics was wise as well. There was no point in losing more lives in the massacre that the cultists wrought. The leader of the heretics fought her way into the Ark, wherein dwells the miraculous fusion reactor. She is trying to desecrate the rite of operation with her unholy litany so that the relic may be corrupted and the world of Rykad Minoris may perish in a fount of fire. But my brethren and their magnetic meditation are hampering her efforts by chanting Aztek's request prayers in unison, thereby suppressing the commands that the blasphemers enter. Praetor Electroid nods towards his entranced comrades. This holy place will be protected against sacrilegious practices. I swear it. In the monastery, I was attacked by people who looked like electro priests. That is a lamentable mistake. We knew of no help that was on its way, and were not expecting to encounter any allies in the monastery's chambers. But I see that you are alive, and I mourn the senseless death of my brethren. I wonder if you would have so touchingly mourned the Lord Captain's death, or if such sentiments would have only been awoken by the sound of our void ship delivering a punitive strike from orbit. Scoff. I was under no misconception that anything resembling a fighting spirit could be expected from humble priests. The Praetor Electroid's face becomes stone-like. My body is brimming with the fury of the motive force that wants to be unleashed upon the heretics who have dared to desecrate my temple. But this is pride, and it is incompatible with my rank and my duties. To watch for it, but never touching any of their games pipeline. It's my first 40K games, but I'm familiar with their lore just through osmosis. Nice. Shane, what's up, man? How are you? I wish. I found this on the web. Whoa. How are you? Check it out. Good lord. My phone just started talking out of nowhere. I wish to get to the Holy Reactor. This fight, brutal. The Ark is hidden from pilgrims' eyes, but considering the extraordinary circumstances of your visit to this monastery, I grant you that right. The hall that leads to the High Reliquary has been barred by the enemy, but I will open a secret path for you. Enter the Ark and experience the motive force, pilgrim. We will pray to the security systems that they may refrain from punishing you for your intrusion. I must press on. May the charge of the Omniscience grace persist in the batteries of the faithful.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Look at that. All right. Here we go. Pretty good. That's awesome. Good to hear, Shane. Glad you're able to make the stream. What Aurora fight? This fight is brutal, as I recall. Brutal. Into the bowels of the monastery.
Look, over there.
Here we go. That is a reactor. There's threads about it, but there's an unbalanced warship fight next too. That's a huge difficulty spike. Yep. I know exactly the fight they're talking about too. Ooh, wow. Her helmet looks wild. I know exactly the fight they're talking about, and yes, it's terrible. I was hoping they would fix that because it doesn't make any sense. We're gonna have to punk out. I'm gonna have to punk out during my playthrough and do the workaround. The face of the woman who stands before you is hidden behind a grotesque, barred mask. Yet the voice pouring out beneath it belongs to someone else. It is the husky, somber bass of a void wolf, a broad border of ships. How predictable your path is, how static, all the possible deaths you have skirted, only to perish here in the fiery tempest that will mark the final dawn. The woman turns her mask to Pasqal and gloats. You have arrived just in time, little cog. The schismaticals use your regalia like a mask to subdue the reactor. Pascal's box rasped musingly. A cog. I cannot comprehend why apostates try to insult me by comparing me to the sacred symbol of our faith. It is irrational. His visor lights up like a crimson herald of bloodshed, and his drilling macandrite whirs viciously as it readies to strike. The sacred cog grinds all corruptions to dust. From the dust, I will build order. Why is he said? Why is Pasqal announcing your arrival? You know what? Sure. Pasqal, announce my arrival. Pasqal lets out an intimidating Ben-Hard trill and announces grimly, with the Omniscience blessing, the rogue trader Von Valancius has come before the miraculous fusion reactor, seeking to perform purification and eradicate the corruption. All unauthorized persons are hereby ordered to lay down their arms and humbly accept their punishment. Humility is the lot of the meek. I am a harbinger of great changes, and visions of the great cataclysms to come have incinerated what humility I had in my heart. The woman's voice breaks and shifts to a different pitch and timbre, a martyr's voice, young, fervent, and in pain. Time is all but run out. I can hear the fist of the future knocking on the door of the present. Choose quickly what you want to be when it walks in. A blind slave to what is gone, a faithful servant of what is to come, or a corpse. I would take some time to wrest from you the details of the future that the cult prophesizes. Hopefully, when we're done, what's left of you will still be capable of coherent speech. Ah! Cassia squints and looks away. Yellows, reds, violets, oranges, blues, wild colors that scorch the eyes, or where the motley mass end, nothing but a colorless void remains. Who are you? My name is known to you. I am Aurora, servant of Yrilet the Cruel, and the spark of the final dawn that is destined to set Rykad Minoris ablaze. A great path for one who was born into the Imperium's bondage, but shunned her predestination in favor of the changes promised by the edge of daybreak. There's a hard bullshit battle in Act 5. Oh, really? What's going on, Conga? I haven't gotten to Act 4 or 5. Who's your favorite companion so far? Mechanically, it's probably Argenta. In terms of personality, I don't know. I don't feel strong connections with any of them personally yet. Maybe that'll change by the end of the game. Florian, what's going on? How are you? Whose servant are you? Is Yrilet a Damon or just another heretic? Resounding laughter comes from behind the mask. Your flippancy is so amusing. Why, you have no inkling of the chasm that separates us. He is a prophet who foresaw our impending doom and who graciously bestowed upon us the right to choose a different path. He is a shard of ancient wisdom from a time before we were slaves to our bitter predestination. The edge of daybreak? Is that your unholy patron? Our teacher, our savior, our merciful God born in the immaterium out of the woes of those laboring under a legacy of ignorance and servitude. You cannot see the woman's face behind her mask, but her voice is trembling with what could be anger or fear. And he spread the word about you, Commander High Slanderer von Valancius, the interloper who got in Brother Twilight's way. I will avenge him. So, what is this final dawn? Is it all your followers ever talk about? Salvation from a death whose name is yet unknown, but whose approach is sensed by many. Soon it will claim every inhabitant of the Coronis expanse. Do you think anyone will come to our aid when cataclysms shake our homes and planet-wide genocides are unleashed? Will the Emperor help? Or the idol of iron they call the Omnissiah? No, we will die alone and abandoned. Only one deity is promising salvation, the edge of daybreak. Mercy and salvation will come to all who believe in him, purify their souls in the light of the final dawn. What servitude are you talking about? What predestination? Everyone born in the Imperium has a predestination. The soldier, the commoner, the administrative official, the technomat, the void rat, all are consigned to serve in the golden throne and then dying a grim death for its glory. The Imperium never thinks twice about treating people as exploitable and expendable. After all, they are the most easily replenished of all resources. Even your path is predestined, rogue traitor. You will inevitably perish on your quest to expand humanity's domain, and your end will be particularly grim and ghastly. The fruits of your efforts will be enjoyed by others, the eternal aristocrats who dwell on Mars, Terra, and other safe worlds. They insist that is the natural order of things, but that is a lie. It is an order that benefits them. Yeah, the Warren said it makes it hard to make fun companions. Agreed. I want to romance the sister. Yep, not possible as far as I know at least. Man, this world, because it's so harsh and cruel, it kind of makes you, on at least some level, side with chaos. Because you see the circumstances and conditions people are forced into, and you're like, yeah, I kind of understand why y'all are going crazy and decide to kill everybody. Unfortunately, they're killing each other, but if they just focused on like high-level people in the Imperium, this stuff would kind of make a lot of sense. Why are you blinding people? Do you think they are blind? They see far more than you do. Through reflections in mirrors blessed by the energies of the Immaterium, the edge of daybreak reveals to them visions of true existence and gives them glimpses of what is to come. The eyes lie. Our erstwhile masters have taught them to see only what is consistent with the lies they tell. The gift we give is that of true sight. The woman takes a glass prism out of the folds of her clothes and looks at you through it with a mocking chuckle. The prism's bluish-pink sheen imprints itself on your retinas as though it has been burned into them. Guess what I see when I look at you? In that case, you should consider losing the eyes too, sister, because your visions are all wrong. My whispers are telling me something completely different about who dies here and how. I won't spoil the surprise, so let's just say it will come as quite a shock to you. Idira grins maliciously. That's awesome. I think that is enough heretical talk. Conversations about truth always frighten ignorant minds. Your people wanted my head. Why? Brother Twilight, known to you as Conrad, marked you as a target. Your foiling of his plan sealed your death warrant. It is now a predestined certainty that changes can no longer affect. Are you trying to blow up the reactor? I am the lightning. I am lighting the spark of the final dawn. Sometimes the future revealed in the edge of daybreak's vision is fragmented between the facets of possibility and the view is unclear. I have glimpsed the importance of this place for what is to come, and I have solved the puzzle. The flash of purity will transform this world and bring it closer to the immaterial, in which it will be reborn. False believers will perish in the fire, whilst the faithful will find their salvation and their new form in it. Just the end. Is this an end of chapter 1 boss fight? Nope. It's like a precursor to that. No, it's not the boss fight, sorry, spoiler. But it's a boss fight, but not the end of chapter 1, right? Trees in all caps. Why does this music scream end of chapter music? Because this game is basically constantly epic. You will never tame the spirit of this ancient and noble machine, ignorant layperson. It does have a vile temper, but I have assistants who can help tame it. The woman nods casually toward the maimed electro priest whose hands are affixed to the control panels with steel stakes. Damn! One of the servants of the Omniscient casts a tortured glance at you, his voice trembling with horror. Blasphemous spirits have crawled under our skin and into our sacred iron. Take the motive force of our bodies, I implore you. We do not wish to offend the Omniscient with the sacrileges our hands are committing. Damn! They resisted for a long time, but now their bodies and souls belong to the schismaticals. Line after line, the scrap coal they produce will awaken the reactor's unyielding spirit as well, and it too will yearn for change and freedom. Let's carry me, as my PC is somewhat your Highlander build. Her damage skyrockets. Cassia is brutal. Horus heresy is all about the chaos gods targeting the top of the Imperium to ensure its stagnation. Really? Oh, that's interesting. Right now, I'm doing a very scene. I'm not sure what to do with that iconoclast dogmatic heretic yet. Well, what kind of playthrough do you want? Do you want to be the good guy? Do you want to be chaotic evil? Or do you want to be lawful and sometimes evil, sometimes good? Requires heretical follower. Take a good look at me, Aurora. Predestination has changed. Now I am your master's favorite. Will you dare to go against his will? Heinrix eyes you icily. Interesting choice of words, Commander High Slanderer. Aurora hesitates. Then a mad woman's hoarse laughter comes from behind the mask. You are no successor to Brother Twilight. Oh no, you are a mere imposter, believing yourself to be a decider of fates. I deny you. I deny you. Aurora's entire body flinches as if she has been struck. A cough sends a scarlet spatter through the grill of her mask. What? What is this? Punishment? But for what? I have not renounced the edge. This cannot be. Execute them at once. Aurora attempts to recite an unholy litany in Brothan Gothic, but her own voice fails her as she is shaken by a violent coughing fit until she can barely breathe. The electro priests rip their hands off the command panels, rending their flesh on the stakes that pierce them. As their schismatical controlled bodies are imbued with the motive force's radiance, all the unfortunates can do is scream in horror and plead for swift death.
Your existence is naught but ashes.
Show them no mercy.
Okay. She's in a little bubble, can't be stopped. Interesting. Shane, thanks for the $1, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. I'm most advanced in Iconoclast, but I might have to take a hard heretic run. Maybe I'll do that for another playthrough. Why not play the game more than once? I'm freestyling, just trying to do what's best for humanity. I have a really hard time choosing between Iconoclast and Dogmatic at the end of Act 1. It's a hell of a decision. I agree. They made it difficult. All right, let's see. A lot of people here. There's a whole lot of people here. So more here. Oh, look, they kind of split. Oh, they split up people for us. Okay, fine. Abelard is going to be a while, so fine. Put him there. Yeah. Put you there. Who's the other parts here? Cassia's here? Yeah, I guess I'm good. Okay with that. That's you. Alright, now Commander Highlander. Put you here. Who else? Yeah, Heinrix is fine. And then who's this last one? Oh, Idira. Huh. Actually here. We'll put you here, I guess, even though you still can get hit up from that angle. But not much more I can do. Unless I could try to pull you all the way back and let Heinrix be there. You know what? Here. You really don't need to be closer at all. You need protection and you need to be closer. You need protection. You need to be closer. Alright, that's probably about as good as he's gonna get. There we go. Ooh. Alright. Commander Highlander. No problem. Let's see. Yeah. We can get all the way out here. And sure, let's do that. That makes sense.
I will triumph. I will delight my masters with your demise.
You.
Ruin beckons.
Appreciate your content. Thanks. Thanks, Shane. Appreciate you, man. Scar, did someone say imposter? Good guy. No such thing in Warhammer. No such thing in Warhammer.
Follow my lead.
That. 4%.
It will be done. At your beck and call. Indeed.
Yes. And we'll chill.
Brace you.
Attack freeze, counters. Okay, Cassia. She'll move over here. And then she will cause absolute chaos and destruction.
Isn't this a job for the Cirques? Witness the fury of House Orcelio.
Yep. Absolute chaos and destruction. And then you know what? I kind of want to do that, but I can't. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we could do this. That'll work. Yep, and that's just 2. Sure. There we go. And then we'll bring him over here.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
And nope, that didn't work. But oh well. Still a very quality turn. All right, Pasqal. You take some more of these. And then you take some of this.
Running binaric override.
And then you take some of this. 29%. Ooh. I don't like that. Oh, actually, hold on. Banishment and all that good stuff. Shouldn't this work? Nope, it didn't care. The damage dealt from targets attacked by 1 round. Targets with the rejected flesh feature suffered 25 shock damage. He suffered nothing. The target is a mechanism or machine. It suffers 25 and its character is reduced. Interesting. Well, that didn't work, but it's worth a shot. Worth a shot. And then missed that one. Oh, well. It's the bust all the way around. Fine. Oh, so now he's trapped here? Oh, isn't that just great?
For the throne's glory. I won't object to it.
This works. 25%. Are you serious?
But of course, okay. Lord Captain.
Very nice. Oh, really? Alright. So you like lightning, huh? You know what? She likes lightning too.
But of course.
Pyromancer.
Fantastic. And you know what? She really likes lightning. Does this make sense? Oh crap! That healed him, which actually makes sense. 2 doesn't make sense. We can do better. Let's see. Yep.
Anything else? Will do.
Morning from Sweden. What's going on, T-Zare? How are you? Is Pyromancer really that bad? I was thinking of starting a Pyro Heretic playthrough myself. Pyro, I think, is great when you go melee Pyro, right? But the problem with ranged Pyro is that it takes a long time for it to get to the point that it's powerful. So it's not that it's bad, but it just isn't immediately viable the way I feel like it kind of should be. If that makes sense. All right.
Whispers,
right
guide my hand.
And the 72. Whoa, that was supposed to go to you. Let's try this
One
again.
step closer.
Come on now. Can you stop playing with me?
Rend the flesh.
There we go.
Shatter
And
the
it still
spirit.
didn't kill him? You kidding me? That's so damn annoying.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. It will be done.
Man.
At your beck and call.
Man.
I will do my duty.
Alright.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
At your beck and call. Target well struck.
Crap. Come on, man.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
That's not good. That's not good. Because if he... Pasqal isn't able to get him down, it's going to be a problem.
Running binary override.
See how this goes. That's 100%. There we go. And okay, we got another round. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And there we go. Progress. All right, now you. Oh, that's right. He missed his first time attacking you. Let's see. There we go.
I won't
Do
object
this
to you. Naturally. I won't object to it.
There we go. You're out of here. Oh, we don't have enough AP for that. That's fine.
For the throne's
Progress has been made. All right. All right, now she
Anything else?
gives us another round. Excellent. Once again, I don't want to use it on this to give him a buff. Could Idira do the melee pyro thing well? Probably not. I don't think so. Maybe her stats aren't good for it. No. She starts as an operative. She's just very clearly made for range. If you want Warrior to start, I think Idira's operative. Exactly. Psi rating 0 really hurts any attempt at making an early game damage Psyker. Exactly. So the best way, if you want to do pyro, the best way is to start as a warrior and start actually as a biomancer. And then just use Biomancer melee buffs the way you usually would. And then after Act 1, when you're able to get Psi rating 2, you buy Pyromancer. And even then, though, you don't focus on damaging Pyromancer powers. Instead, you focus on the buffs that react based upon enemies being on fire. And so Pyromancer actually combos really, really well when you have another when you have another party member who's using flame weapons. So like I plan to do 3 runs in the game, 1 Iconoclast, 1 Dogmatic, and 1 Heretic. But then I'm going to do a 4th run with the game because I assume there's probably some secret ending that I won't have gotten yet. And then final run, I'm going to be a Dogmatic again. And this time Argenta's going to use flame weapons, and I'm going to just be a Pyromancer, and she'll just set me on fire along with all my enemies, and I'll just go ahead and just wreck things. And I feel like that's probably going to be a fantastic final playthrough. All right, what was I doing last?
On it.
Might as well do this. And she still has cover, so you have to chill back here. Walk up there and make it impossible to charge. All right, let's see. Oh, we can. We got access to a lot of different people. Okay, fine. So 1, 2, that. There's another electric piece here, but I can't get to. He's got a. We got a 51% chance to get into that one.
Descend upon the weak.
This allows you to. Nope. Still can't get to this one that I really want. Is this better? 51%. But what if I use this? How much is it then? 86%. But it would still take a while for me to get through to you. Is there an electro priest I can target here that's easier to get to? 86%, same deal. Oh, but I can take out 2 people this way.
Pasqal tribute.
That works. Let's try it again. Boom, 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 boom.
I will try.
I get rid of the old one too. All right, Abelard.
My place is at the fore. Victory is imminent.
Excellent.
It will be done.
And this.
We'll rule the stars themselves. At your beck and call.
Take you all the way out.
Indeed. I took care of this.
Excellent. And you're behind cover. Look at that. And chill out over here. Yeah, grenade's probably not gonna. Oh wait, the grenade could reach them. We'll kill off one of them. So yeah, go ahead. Do that. There we go. Yep, you're out of here. Now we're to Cassia.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. If I may.
That. And she's unfortunately.
I'm afraid not.
She's not.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Yeah, that's not doing anything. Pasqal. Yeah, he can't target them either. It is what it is. Hulk, what's up, man? How are you? Which Chaos Gods are you the favorite of? We don't know yet. I want to be Slaanesh. Is there a really complicated secret ending like Wrath of the Righteous? Most likely, but I know nothing about it. I'll catch a stream from the start. What's going on, Gene? It's all good. I appreciate you catching the streams however you can. Hope things are going well. Yeah, you can't target anybody. All right, you. Let's get some more of this resolve going. We've already got this. We've already. Is this guy still feeble? Is he still? Is that the? No, that's Dark Prayer. He's got injury on him. How long does they stay feeble? Until the end of combat. Interesting. All right. There we go. Finally, after all this damn time, he's out the damn.
I won't object to it.
Oh, I accidentally skipped the deer's turn. I didn't do that. That was annoying. Okay, now. all the way back here minding her business. And she'll go ahead and focus on you. There we go. And ooh, look at that. Never stop shooting triggered. In fact,
Ruin
put some additional damage on it. And get you another one.
What a fine demand.
All right. And then he start wrecking shop as well.
Victory is imminent.
Plastic parry.
At your beck and call. Reduced to dust.
There we go. You didn't parry that. And that's all I can do. Alright, she'll use a little listen again.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
And she can target him from all the way back there.
Activate calculated fury
He also
algorithm.
can't target this creature from all the way up, so he'll just trip as well.
Natural.
Go. Excellent. Let's start working on you. We can make you feeble. There we go. Nope, can't do that. Can't do that either. Oh, no, can do that. Okay. This.
Was that you? Or... Will do.
This. The only thing about this game is there's not many classes normally outcast specialty. That's true, but it would be hard to do something like that in Warhammer. It doesn't work like the same way as Pathfinder, where there are just 1,000 different options. I don't know the Warhammer tabletop RPGs, but they were probably limited. Exactly. There's a lot of talents and abilities. Exactly. Nemesis, what's going on? How are you? Just bought the game, so can't watch the spoils. So stop it through to say, yo, stay well and healthy. Thank you, Nemesis. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope things are going well. Those the same two that I can access from back there. Yeah, I like.
I need no
This one.
purpose guides me.
Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum.
I won't waste my time on that.
There we go. And he will.
It will be done.
Excellent.
I will do my duty.
Some of that. And Slice might take you out.
That's not the Seneschal's job.
They're saying I can't get to the other side?
Victory is imminent.
That's the way you feel. That's the way you feel. Oh, you're going to attack this time. Okay. Uh-oh. One round until the reactor Oh, wait. Can I give you this? Nope. Won't let me. Even if what if I get up real close? There we go. There we go. Avalar. Give me another round. Thank you.
It will be done. Let's take care of this one.
Excellent. And then...
A tactically sound approach. At your beck and call. It will be done.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Just never works. Never works on these people.
As the tactical
Pasqal's
imperative
moving like a
dictates.
brick. He's not doing anything. Oh, hey, but you know what? You should be able to take this guy out.
For the throne, your reckoning
There
is
we go.
due.
So we'll close on this other dude from both sides. Excellent. There.
They discern the future
Here.
on the battlefield.
She's not going to be able to do anything special. And then you can actually reach this guy, 86%.
I will triumph.